Whoop, whoop. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? A little late today. Had to cover this semi-breaking news. Well, it is breaking news. I have not heard about it. I actually did hear about it. Somebody actually tagged me right away, and they're like, I have to talk to Coach Colin about this right away. I'm going to see if I can find that message. What is going on? Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are feeling good. But somebody was like, I want to talk to Coach Colin about this right now. And I was like half asleep, and I'm like, what is this person? I'm trying to like work on the show, and I'm like, what does this person want from me? And I read what they were talking about, and then I went, wow, is that a meme? I gotta pull that meme up. Okay, we'll discuss this meme in a second. Back to important work. I have to find this person only because I want to credit them, because they were the first person to tell me about this. But I can't seem to find them. Oh, people are making that meme of Baron with the glasses. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And believe me, Baron appreciates it as well. He really does. Don't worry. You'll hear him say different, but I know I have it on good authority. He loves it. Okay. So he'll say, oh, come on, stop. But you just, no. He loves it. He loves it. Trust me. Shout out to Baron. Shout out to everybody. What is going on, guys? We're going to be touching on some stuff here. Let me just pull this over here. My little breakdown of sorts that I have. Of course, we're going to be talking about Erika Kirk working alongside Graham Allen in the Department of Defense in the USAFA, which is a key component of the Department of Defense. She's going to be pretty much filling Charlie's slot. Now, I knew about this months ago, not about her, but I knew about Charlie being in this months ago. We're going to discuss that. There was a little bit of heat between the two. Of course, we're going to recap Candace's episode because she's going down some rabbit holes, and these are the things that I've been talking to you guys about for weeks now. She's bringing up the things I've been talking to you guys for so long about, the karmic law of consent, all these different things. I'm very happy she brought all this up. I also have a little bit of information on Uncle Jack and how Uncle Jack actually connects to all of this that Candace is bringing up. Then somebody brings up someone with a theory. They didn't tag me in it, but they tagged everybody else. And I'm gonna give their theory a little light because I think it's a good theory, and it's about Charlie being targeted by Lori and Erika. Then we're gonna discuss people going after Candace's sponsors, and Candace's sponsors standing tall and being like, get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Shooing them off. Tucker Carlson taking shots at Ben Shapiro. Of course, the eyebrows are in play once again. Ben Shapiro's condition is getting worse. We are sending prayers. Friend of the show, if you don't know. And also, the neocons are kind of turning on Piers Morgan, oddly enough. And then a little update about Tyler and living in Russia. Somebody sent me some information about that, so we'll be jumping into that as well. But let's just jump into the first thing about Erika Kirk. This is very odd to me because this is definitely not a slot that she should be filling. That's my opinion, of course. I could be 100% wrong. Maybe it makes perfect sense for her to be in this role. But for me, I'm thinking a little bit, this doesn't make any sense. That's just me. It kind of didn't make sense when I saw Charlie in the role. So for her to now be in the role, I'm just like, what's going on? So of course, like I said, I wanted to give credit where it's due. What is this? Why can't I say the word? I see the word. I know JD Vance is from here. I'm seeing it. Appalachian. There you go. Jeez. Appalachian Mama. Shout out to Appalachian Mama. Thank you so much. Right away, I get this at like 11 midnight or so. And the person's like, I need to talk to Coach Colin about this right now. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about this, but thank you. Thank you for putting me up on this information. Let's just get right into it. So Erika Kirk has been appointed by now Prez in the Air Force Academy. Now, this sounds like the Air Force Academy board. Now, this sounds like nothing, but this is in line with the Department of Defense. She is in this role, and it's not something that was just done when you've heard about it. You've just heard about it probably within the last 24 hours, maybe some of you 48 hours. But apparently, this has been in talks for months. How long has it been? What's it been? So, October, November, December, January, February, March. So they've been discussing this for months. So what, month 2 after Charlie passed away? Month 3? How on earth do they even start having those talks that early? I mean, as she steps into the role of CEO, she's never been a CEO of something this big, but yet they're just like, okay, well, we're going to get her into that position. Why? Very weird. Very, very weird. Let's just jump in here. There's an article that I found. Now, I guess part of it is she's going to help vote to recommend Charlie for an honorary degree. You guys know how much she likes degrees, right? So she's going to be doing that. Let me just pull over here. Is this it? Miss Kirk's. I'm trying to find the exact part I wanted to see. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Perfect. So this right here, check this out. Erika Kirk, widow of Charlie Kirk, is appointed, according to board website. Miss Kirk's official appointment to the BOV appeared to happen quietly over the weekend with no formal announcement, which is odd. But I think, you could correct me if I'm wrong, I think Charlie was also announced that way. I think it was very quiet as well. But it wasn't a sudden decision. In a statement, Rep. August Pfluger, and he's a rep for Texas. Is he Pfluger of Pflugerville? I wonder. Who chairs the BOV, said he encouraged Erika Kirk's appointment months ago and applauded now Prez for doing so. Erika is the right person to fill Charlie's place on the board and continue his work for inspiring the next generation of service members, advancing the academy, said Rep. Pfluger. I look forward to working alongside her on Charlie's legacy. Now, the reason that Charlie was in this position, if you don't know, is that he was a cadet. And you can actually find that in the minutes of his first meeting when he was actually on the board. I have those minutes right here. So it kind of made sense for him to be in it, right? So he had that little bit of experience. Now we have Erika, and she has no experience. A little weird. But I found the minutes. Who gave me these? I feel like someone gave me these like 3 months ago, these minutes, because it's weird with the timeline. So this was his first meeting. Okay, this was his first meeting when he sat down with everybody. So that is, general lieutenants, generals, like just everybody. He's sitting down with them alongside some other people who were appointees as well. And there's kind of some friction because what Charlie's job is in these first minutes, and I've just like taken the liberty of finding every time they say Mr. Kirk. So you can look here and we'll go a little bit through it. But what his job is in this first meeting is to make sure that now Prez's executive orders are actually being enforced. So they don't exactly want him here. This is in August, by the way. This is after July, after he's had the whole blow up with Amfest and Tucker and all that, after they've come after him, after the text message. In fact, this is a day before the Megyn Kelly interview. So like he's in the thick of it. He's already announced to his inner circle that he wants to leave the pro-Philadelphia cause, right? So there's some friction in this conversation. It's nothing crazy. Someone's taking minutes. Obviously, they're not going to be recording the emotions and whatnot that people are going through. But Mr. Kirk echoed the sentiments. Here, I want to go through. There it is. There's the next Kirk. Questioned. So Charlie Kirk questioned when the 4-class system was implemented, asked if we were sure this is the best system, how we are measuring the effectiveness of this new system, Lieutenant General explained that the 4-class system was implemented when he arrived at the academy, and it undergoes continuous assessment. The system is well informed. Now, this is just him going through it. Now, let me just make sure here. Where's page 5? Bring me to page 5. There it is. Page 5 of these minutes, and these are publicly available. We didn't do anything crazy to get access to these. The minutes to many conversations that are had are available to all of you. You just have to do a little searching for them. Mr. Kirk asked if the USAFA staff to explain how they're following the now Prez's and Secretary of Defense directives on critical race theory, DEI, when it comes to the curriculum, and how the academy is ensuring the compliance to facilitate, to ensure they don't push any worldview of oppression, oppressor / oppressed dynamics, anti-Western, anti-American gender ideology. Lieutenant General expresses that the academy is compliant. So basically, Charlie's coming in there and he's doing the work of, Prez Orange. He's making sure that everything that Prez Orange has set out to do is being done. So these guys don't exactly like that when this is happening, because they, in the previous admin, had enforced all this stuff in regards to DEI and all of this, what a lot of people would call nonsense. Obviously, Pete Hegseth didn't want anything like that. He wanted to clean house in that department. Prez Orange wanted to clean house in that department. So in this regard, they're sending Charlie Kirk in to make sure that this is happening. So a lot of people didn't even know he had this position. So it seemed like he was an unofficial admin member, and he actually was officially, even though it's a small-ish role, but it also speaks to the fact that Charlie Kirk was working with the Department of Defense in some capacity. And I'm sure a lot of you did not know that. I didn't realize that it was attached to the Department of Defense when I first heard about it. And this was months ago. But now I understand that, and it's interesting to see that happening with Erika Kirk now. So what else do I have on this? I have this I couldn't transfer over to the computer. If you don't know what the USAFA is, the United States Air Force Academy is a prestigious federal service academy located north of Colorado Springs, Colorado. It functions as both military installation and a 4-year public university specifically designed to train and educate officers for the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Space Force. This is what Erika is now a part of. Key characteristics, I'll just go through, education, blah, 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 blah. Let's just move on here. So what was the next question I asked? What's its connection to the Department of Defense? The U.S. Air Force Academy is a key component of the Department of Defense, operating as direct reporting units, or DRU, within the Department of the Air Force. So this is where we have Erika Kirk now, reporting directly to Chief of Staff for the Air Force, Department of Air Force, one of 3 departments within the DoD. As one of 3 departments in the DoD, it oversees the academy to ensure its curriculum and meets the needs of both the Air Force and the Space Force. So what we know now is that the Air Force and the Space Force simultaneously will be covered in sparkles. I mean, listen, I can talk a bunch of smack about this, but obviously they've brought her into this position because who else better? I mean, the biggest pyrotechnics in the world, Space Force, when they're shooting off rockets. I mean, basically she knows about rocketry just from the amount of pyrotechnics she has set off behind her. Everybody knows this, okay? So she is really valid for this position. Now it's not just going to be pyrotechnics. She's going to have jets. She's going to go like this, and there's going to be pyrotechnics and oh, it's going to be great. And they're just going to be just instead of the red, white, and blue smoke. No. It's just going to be sparkles. And she's going to make it rain. Are you guys ready for this? Anyway, very odd. But, you know, aside from this, just bringing you the information, this explains why Graham Allen, bless his heart, this explains why Graham Allen was defending her so voraciously. Take a little word from Lionel there. I'm sure he uses that very casually himself. Lionel is making all of us step it up, you know? Where is it gone now? No. Graham, no. There it is. Oh, thank you, Graham. Thank you. Because Graham himself works for the Department of Defense. I mean, deactivate the account if you don't. Officially joined February 2025. Right? There you go. Okay. There you go. There he is. So this kind of explains why he's been going so hard at Candace Owens. Now, I made a video on Sunday, and I'm going to make sure there's not too much repeating. Well, some of you, a lot of us have become long-form Larrys as I went into the live stream space, 3 hours plus, but some of you still short-form Sallys. So you probably saw the Sunday video because it was only about 26 minutes, 59 seconds. I'm saying about, I'm looking at the exact time here. But I did a whole video where I covered a lot of what Candace covered yesterday. But what I was doing with the same clips that she was using yesterday, like when I did this on Sunday, I was connecting this to the fact that Candace Owens was having this coordinated effort put upon her because they've been trying to position Erika for the presidency or for vice presidency. And we show Tyler talking about that. I know Barron's covered it as well. I think I have Barron's clip here. I'll see. So Tyler talked about it. Frank Turek talked about a Vance Kirk ticket. Mikey McCoy was talking about it as well. So that is the reason, in my opinion, why they've been so protective of her. It's not just the fact that she's a grieving widow who's, I guess she's still grieving. I guess it's not just that fact. It's also the fact that what I was trying to put into words in this video is that the admin and Turning Point had combined in a way. They had melded together. I was saying they've always been aligned, but they were melding together, right? Little did I know, as I was saying all this, that they had in the works for months to actually appoint Erika to a position that is within the DOD. I had no idea that was coming. I just thought it was the presidency stuff. I thought they were just like, oh, they're trying to position her, and anybody saying anything terrible about her right now is ruining that. And I that's still an element. That's still a thing. And that's why I think they're going at Candace so hard. But also why they're going at Candace so hard, why you're seeing all these ex-military guys going at Candace so hard, is because Erika is now in line with them and has been in line with them for a very long time. I mean, this might be new to us. This might seem odd to us, but to her and to her mother, I mean, this is completely normal. This is not a new picture, by the way, just so you know. This is an older picture. She doesn't dress like this now because she got the memo. Everybody was like, no lace, no leather pants, no doily texture clothing, please. Everybody got really upset. So that's an older picture. But to her, this is completely normal. She has been positioned for this for quite some time. So that is very odd. I hope Candace talks about it. For sure, Barron's going to talk about it. If he didn't talk about it last night, for sure he's going to touch on it. He has to. He just has to. Somebody's saying she's 33 degrees. Maybe. She's pretty young for that. That would be usually when you're seeing guys get into the 32, 33, they're a lot older. To do it young, she's 36, same age as Candace actually. To do it at that age would be a big feat actually, because there's a lot that goes into that. You don't just kind of climb the ranks based on who your mom is. There's a little bit of that sometimes, but there's actual things that you have to know and do and study, which, when she said she was just studying for a year and it was just the Bible all the time, she never said which Bible. And Candace pulled out that Mason Bible in that episode. I didn't even think of that. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what she was studying the whole time. Maybe that's what she read cover to cover over and over and over again. Very interesting stuff. So she is now a part of the DOD, and you're still sitting around thinking that you can't possibly make a difference. Hey, come on. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Go ahead. Figure it out, man. You go apply for something. Just go do it, I know it's her parents and Uncle Jack smacking people around, I know, but still, I believe in you. I think you could get out there and do something. I mean, AOC was a bartender. What are we talking about here? Come on. We got no bartenders in the audience right now? Go change the world. Come on. You could do it. All these schmoes are doing it. You can't do it? Come on. Anyway. Someone said they're actually 33 today. Kick them out. That's a signal. They're watching us. Ban them. I'm kidding. I'm 33 today. Get out now. I know what you're signaling. I'm 33 today and I'm actually from Valhalla. What? Huh? Get out immediately. I'm kidding. Happy birthday to you. Let's keep going here. Is the wife 33? No. Close, but not quite. Now I have to act like I know how old she is. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to the wife as well. I love you, honey. Thank you so much. As soon as I'm done, we will do birthday things. We will have merry birthday and fun cake and all sorts of things, Maybe you can take a bath. I'll take care of the baby, something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't want to spoil any surprises, but that's what I think was going on with Erika Kirk. That's the clip, Lance. That's one. Put it in the bag. Lance. There you go. So she's working for the government now. And you know what's funny about that as well? What attaches to that? I guess now this is more of the clip, Lance. What attaches to that is the fact that her mom has had these contracts with the DOD for the longest time. So her mom's been affiliated with the DOD. Her mom knows people in the DOD. You have to, in order to get these contracts, in order to work alongside them and do these reports that supposedly AZ Tech does, or it might be E3 that does these reports. But she's been affiliated for so long. Erika's clearly known someone, you know what I mean? If Charlie told her everything, I would imagine her mom told her a bit about what was going on there. And now she's within that. I doubt she has any influence over whether or not her mom gets those contracts renewed. But I don't know. It's kind of weird because wouldn't she inherit those companies? So now she's working in the DOD, inheriting these companies that have contracts with the DOD. Where is there any conflict of interest? Like, how does it work? Insider trading's fine. It's like everything's just okay. Literally the best jobs to have, guys. Come on. The best jobs. The pension's crazy. You get security forever. You never have to deal with regular people. You get to be pseudo royalty. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, that's my TED Talk there. That's the clip, Lance. Anyway, let's keep on moving. So let's jump into Candace Owens. Candace Owens saying a lot of things that I've been saying for a long time. And I love that because now I know I'm not crazy. Or maybe Candace is crazy. One of the two. But I think it's because I'm not crazy. Good. Finally. Finally, we've been able to prove it. But I've been talking about this for a long time. I brought up Charlie being an offering of sorts. The way that I got there is very different than the way Candace got there. I got there because I was just like, I don't need much to make connections. You tell me that there's a priest that prayed over the guy after witches put a spell on him. I'm like, done deal. That's it. That's all I needed. What's the priest's name? Oh, I don't know. I don't need that part. Sorry. I don't need that part. That's all I need. Witches casted a spell. Okay. And then a priest came and prayed over him. And then he passed away the next day. That's enough for me. Thank you. That was an offering. Obviously. I mean, same impact as Kobe. And I think Kobe was an offering. You know why I think Kobe was an offering? Okay. I'm going to mess up my claims that I'm not nuts, okay? Kobe's number in basketball was 8. I think it was 8, right? And then he switched to 24. Now, if you take 24 and 8 and put them together, what do you get? You get 32. Now, as he finished his basketball career, he's been number 8 and number 24, so he leaves with a 32. Now, as he leaves, he becomes this titan of industry. He's working on this company. He's working on films and projects that kind of rival what Pixar is doing. He's making these educational children things. He wins an Oscar. I mean, he's becoming a billionaire because of this crazy investment company that he has, right? He's about to be or entered into being a billionaire. Just wild. So he's doing all the things. He's taking that step, right? That 33rd step. And then all of a sudden he passes away and then the world goes absolutely nuts. You remember what happened shortly after Kobe passed away. Well, in order for that, going back to the karmic law of consent, I know. We're going deep. I'm sorry. Going back to that karmic law of consent, right? There's an offering put up, a massive offering, because he's huge. Everybody, Patrick Bet-David puts him on stage before he passes away. They do a huge interview. I mean, he's just has this colossal life. He is big. And then they take him away, and then the world goes absolutely nuts, right? In order for that to happen, and that much control to be had, you have to give up a big offering. And he was a pretty big offering. Now, I know a lot of people love Kobe. I love Kobe. I love what he stood for. I love the interviews that I see. He even looks like one of my brothers, right? But he was a part of that big club. You know, George Carlin, there's a big club and you're not in it. He was a part of that big club. You could tell, So and I just correlate that with Charlie. As soon as I saw what happened to Charlie, I was like, oh, this is very much like Kobe. It was like very much. I think they're even the same height, if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. They're a very numerical bunch. They're a very symbolism numerical bunch. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the Candace Owens part. That was just a random thought coming into my head. I had to share it with you guys. But that's what I think about what happened with Kobe. Now, let's jump into what Candace is talking about. Now, she first starts talking about how she came along to the idea of what happened to Charlie. Let's get into that.
Extra security and took my podcast off air and pulled my children out of school. I had never experienced a dread like that in my life, ever. No one also can explain or even offer an explanation as to how exactly it is that Charlie knew he was going to die young and that his death would specifically be related to Turning Point USA. He said he knew from the moment he signed on the dotted line that he was going to die young. What exactly is the expert explanation for that deep internal knowing that he had that has now been proven correct? I'll tell you, there isn't one. There isn't one. What Charlie sensed was obviously right. And the moment that Charlie was shot, I knew what happened to him was not random. Okay? He was betrayed. Charlie Kirk was the first casualty of the war in Iran. I'm certain of that. And it's deeper than that. I am now of the opinion that he was likely sacrificed. And
so when I heard that, I was like, oh, she's going there. I'm like, this is beautiful. I shouldn't say it's beautiful, but, when my thoughts are validated through something like this, I'm like, okay, let's see how she got there. I know how I got. I get to places very simply. She usually gets to places in a very complex way. So I was like, okay, let's see what she's actually talking about here. Now I'm going to move on to another clip where she starts discussing the Seal of Solomon, and she starts talking about the symbolism and everything like that. Let's go.
So I flipped through this immediately. After we did douse it in holy water, I flipped through it. And within the very first pages, there was a pentagram with various illustrations inside of it, notes around it. I'm going to show you that now. We just took a picture for you to see it. there at the bottom. And in case you can't see what is pointing to the middle, it says place of sacrifice or worship. Okay? Place of sacrifice or worship in the middle there. So I want you to note that in this Freemason Bible, it illustrates that a sacrifice must be made in the center of a pentagon. That's a pentagon, 5 sides, like a house. And I thought, how curious that Charlie was indeed seated in the center of a pentagon when he was killed. Let me demonstrate that for you. You can see that right there.
So she's showing that here. Here's a little clearer image, just in case you're confused about it. So bang, 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 bang. That's exactly where Charlie was. So you can make that symbol there. You can there's an octagon there, but there's also an octagon here. He's literally like right in the center of it there. So, and I was driving when I was listening to this, so she might show this, but I just figured I'd show this because I found it. John Mappin, her biggest supporter, actually showed this on his page. He's a wild one, that guy. So there you go. There you have it. That is the shape. It is very interesting. When she said that shape, I went, oh, because I knew right away. I knew right away what she was doing. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So good. I mean, listen, I know it's a dark subject, but just the fact that she was making that connection, that she saw this Bible of sorts, then read this thing and then made that connection with the shape, I was like, oh, that's masterful. Very good.
Again, it was my independent study into Sigmund Freud that led me to learning about B'nai B'rith, the Jewish free.
So just touching on this, because we're talking about Masons, right? I had that, but I have another clip. Okay. I actually want to get to the symbolism. Where does she talk about the symbolism? Because that really, okay, she talks about it later. Okay, so we'll go to that clip in a second, but she's bringing up the Masonry, right? So there's also this clip that somebody found. Now, they actually made a connection. Who is this, by the way? I should probably show this person. The King's Daughter. Oh, they follow me. Okay, cool. The King's Daughter. Walk by faith. Faith spelled with a 4. So they showed this because they were talking about, Candace is talking about Masonry and all this stuff. Masons build. They are the builders of the world. There's the mechanics. The mechanics, I guess they build a different type of thing. But there's the Masons, and they build buildings. They build society. They form constitutions and declarations of independence and all sorts of things like that. So they took this little clip of Candace, and then they showed a bunch of examples of Erika, kind of echoing the sentiment of being a quote-unquote builder, if you guys remember.
Freemasons worship Solomon as the master architect. They believe that he gave them the keys to build and therefore control societies. This is how you build. This is how you build a matrix, in effect, right?
The movement my husband built will not die.
If he answered every single critic and didn't stop and put his phone down and breathe and rest with the Lord, he'd get nothing done. He would not have built Turning Point USA. When there's so many other things you can be focusing on that you can build and that you can harness.
All of the things that we have going on building. And how much of a coalition builder he was. So what I mean by that is we are building the Red Wall, Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire. But deeper than that, it's about carrying forward what Charlie built.
We're building something bigger than you, bigger than me. We're building an experience to help save the country.
For us, Charlie always made sure to build in that day specifically.
Go do something that is beautiful and healing instead of trying to tear something down that you did not build. He worked so hard to build Turning Point USA.
Being able to build in a way where Trump understood building in Manhattan and building, across the country and across the world architecturally. And Charlie understood building with Turning Point USA and being able to create and build something so incredible, creating and intentionally building a machine where it turns from founder-led to vision-led.
We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. We are busy building.
So pretty good from the King's Daughter. Thank you very much for that. I just found that to be interesting talking about the building. Somebody even said, Candace said she was a Mason herself, a Mason of Turning Point, she said, because she was involved heavily in the building, the first blocks of Turning Point, turning it into what it is. I feel like Charlie started doing, he would do the school debates already by himself, just a desk and him. But then I think he took it a step further, got under the tent and started inviting like masses of people alongside Candace. So she was there for forming a very important part of Turning Point, I would say. So yeah, she did say that. And honestly, like, I mean, if you're going to try and get anybody, right, you're supposed to get great men. There's a section for women, right? You try and get the greatest ones, the greatest voices, the most fierce voices. That's what you try and do. You try and get all of them, right? I don't know if she is, because if she is, I mean, they want to kick her out. That's all I'm saying. If she is, they want to kick her out for sure. They're like, get rid of her. Why did we let her in? Why? Guys, she doesn't even come to the lodge. She doesn't come to the lodge. She's doing all this stuff. Can we get her out of here? This is nuts. What are we doing here, guys? So I don't know. I think if you were trying to make sure to craft the next few years, and you just had somebody who was just like shaking it all, and they're like, I don't care about primaries, I don't care about midterms, I don't care. I'm not voting for anybody. You shouldn't vote for anybody. You'd be like, hey, is this one ours? What's she doing? Can someone call her? This is crazy. You know? Get her out of there, right? Membership revoked. I mean, you know, if you're trying to rule the world, you'd be like, hey, Candace, membership revoked. Just so you know, you can't be a part of this anymore. Okay? You told millions of people you didn't care about midterms. This is our next step. Duh. NWO. Do you remember NWO, Candace? We've been talking about this for decades. What are you doing? And she's like, I don't care. Hair pulled back. Anyway. But talking more about Masonry, right? Apparently, I've sent information about our beloved Uncle Jack, friend of the show, if you don't know. Absolutely incredible guy. You know, deep roots in UVU, deep roots in Utah, deeper than I thought, actually, because somebody actually showed me this. Now, again, they found this on a website, right? So if you can't see, I know it's very big. Salt Lake City Scottish Rite, Fall Reunion, 1987, page 9, candidates for 32nd degree, and he is at the, well, this is his candidacy. There you go. Jack D. Solomon, that is his name. Utah, Salt Lake City, Blue Lodge, initiated, passed, raised, 32. So this is for Jack. Just talking about the connections there and everything that Candace is touching on, right? The guy who made sure that that there was two faiths made into one within Utah, within UVU, who actually broke that ground. He was the Mason of that. He was the builder of that. He is also a part of that fold. Allegedly. I did get sent this information. I was talking to someone who's a researcher, and I was just wondering if there was any connection. They said yes, that there was a bunch of connections between him and this whole thing. So obviously that, my bias, because I already think that, I was like, okay, gimme. But I will tell you, allegedly, you know, just to be nice, not just gonna say everything I think is right, but I don't know. I told you guys about the hair, right? I mean, right? You still remember that? So let's keep going here. What's the next thing with Candace? I just want to jump over to the symbolism, because that is something that I've wanted to talk about. Somebody said women can't be Masons. You're wrong. Just Google it before you say it. But that's fine. You're actually wrong. I used to think that too. There actually is an order that they are a part of. And you can just Google it. Just say, just Google, are there any? And you'll see that there are. So that. Are we good? You're good? Okay, good. That's what we're here for, though. Okay. Don't get mad if somebody says something like that. Don't get mad, because we're here for the education. This is what this is about. Okay. We're here to talk about Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. We're here to get education. Everybody knows that, right? This is an education channel, right? I'm a coach, right? I'm a tinfoil coach. Let's keep going here. 1445 to 1640. Why they made Charlie watch karmic law of consent. She doesn't call it that. That's what I call it. And again, somebody mentioned in a super chat yesterday, they're saying, I believe in the karmic law of consent. No. This is what they believe. Okay, let's get into this clip.
Of Charlie's death. Charlie's death was also intended to cast a spell. That's the only thing I kept asking the question, why did they broadcast this? Making us watch Charlie die was diabolical. And although this priest that I'm about to show you is discussing Satanism more broadly, he's not saying this, to be clear, in the context of Charlie Kirk. I want you to take a listen to what he says. This is Father Ripperger. He is going to describe the nature of this sort of constant symbolism that's being used, this obsession with them almost having to reveal to us what they're doing, like wanting to get close to revealing to us what they're doing, and then gaslighting us. Take a listen.
Actually, the technical term that we tend to use for that is called the revealing of the method. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have.
Basically, it basically means that it can be connected to a curse. They could curse this so that it has a more, so that its distribution becomes more extensive and more people watch the thing. But a lot of times what that is that the thing about Satanists, and also even though it's occult in the fact that it's hidden, there's a side to diabolic psychology that even when they remain hidden, they still want to show themselves in some way. They're still going to reveal themselves in something. They can't help it. And it's the same thing you see. It's the same thing you see with Satanists. It's the same thing you see with Freemasons when they're involved in certain things. It's the same stuff you see across the board in these particular groups. And so they just tend to reveal stuff. But their hope is to, even in the revealing, that you don't know. There's a sadistic delight they get out of basically putting it to you without you even knowing it.
Yes, that is accurate. It is diabolical, and they are clearly sadistic in what they are doing. And of course, there is an element of it they enjoy to gaslight you right after they do these sorts of things.
Now, what that priest is talking about when he says, the revealing of the method. Now, he's saying that there's just like a delight in it, but it's actually not quite that. Now, as you guys know, I sat down with Nathaniel Gillis. He's a demonologist, and we had a very interesting conversation. It's in my interviews playlist. It's one of the most listened interviews that I have, because he is just captivating with what he talks about and the work that he's doing and the studying he's been doing and his background and everything. But the one thing that stood out when he talked about this, because I see this in Hollywood, we see this all the time, right? In front of our faces, in plain sight, as some people will say it. He said that when he was talking about these demons, he was saying they demand to be worshipped. He was like, that is the thing that they want. They want to be worshipped. They do not want to just be in the shadows. They want physical. They want to be in the physical, and they want to be worshipped. Now, when I was having that conversation with him, I connected that to Hollywood. I'm like, is that why we see so many people in show business and Hollywoods making these deals, coming together with these entities, calling upon these entities, coming together with these entities, and allowing these entities in, because through a Hollywood starlet or star, you could be worshipped in the physical. And then we went into the whole, I went into the whole thing of is that why so many stars all look the same, and we think it's like wild plastic surgery, but for some reason they all have the same look? I asked him, is this the demon taking a physical manifestation in the person? And he was saying yes, which was really interesting. But the thing I want to focus on is the fact that they demand to be worshipped. That's a big thing. And And that is what the priest and Candace do not bring up, is that they actually want to be worshiped, and that's why there is the reveal. Now, along with that is the karmic law of consent. They do need your consent. A demon needs your consent to possess you. They don't just jump in, right? They actually need you to want something like that. They need you to be open with all of your lower level emotions, your anger, your rage, your sadness, all of that stuff needs to be there, and you need to be open to something helping you. And that's when they come. Which is why, you know, I don't even care what religion you are, whatever religion you are. If you're focused on that, you're not allowing them to come in. You're calling upon something else to be with you, right? Whether it be Christ or Hashem or Allah, like whatever it is, you're calling on that to be with you. You're not just opening yourself up like an open antenna, like an open radio station for anybody to tune in. You're not just doing that. You're actually saying very specifically, I want this to be a part of my heart, mind, and soul. I want this to come and touch me. I want this to bring me peace. So they can't just enter that way. They need to be let in. They need consent to do all the things that they're doing, which is why there is this, what he called, I think he called the revealing of the method, right? There's that whole part. Now, where else does Candace talk about this? Because she talks about, where was it? The Seal of Solomon. Is that here? Let me just play a little bit more of this.
That piece, by the way, about the symbolism, sort of overt and in your face, is also made clear in the very early pages of this quote-unquote Freemason Bible. That symbolism is actually crucial. In fact, it's a science to them. Clear in the very early pages of this quote-unquote Freemason Bible. That symbolism is actually crucial. In fact, it's a science to...
Oh, we got her. We got her, guys. I got Baron. I got her. Oh, man.
You're not imagining things. Right here at the top, it states this. Again, from this quote-unquote Freemason Bible. It reads, it has been correctly stated that symbolism constitutes the very essence of Freemasonry. Freemasonry is essentially the science of symbolism.
So, there's that, right? So now we're talking about the karmic law of consent. It's just as synonymous, it's just as said, just as cliche as when people say two wings of the same bird when they're talking about like who runs things, when they're talking about left and right, actually. They say symbolism will be their downfall, right? And then they show like a bunch of symbol. That's why you see it so in your face with every single person like that. When I was talking about what Baron said, where he's like, oh, that symbol, it's not this, it's not that. And I was like, how many of these images do we have to see before we start considering it, right? That whole breakdown that I did. It's because you do need symbolism. You need symbolism. You need consent. There's also the part of symbolism where the things that they show you get imprinted on your subconscious, like whether you realize it or not. I remember someone's trying to argue this with me. They're like, if I'm not looking at a thing, I don't see it, baby. Actually, everything that you see goes into your subconscious, whether you realize it or not. I'm the nerd today. Your subconscious, you see everything, like whether you think you do or you don't, you know, whether you can read what's on that right there, whether you can read it or not, you're taking in the imagery. I'm not looking at the paintings I have all down here, but I'm still seeing them, you know, whether you like it or not. Your mind, your subconscious takes it, your eyes take in everything all the time. It's just that we can't handle that much information. So your eye just goes, well, just the camera that's in front of you. Like, that's it. Okay, a little bit of the light, but it's just the camera mainly. You know, you're seeing all this stuff, but you don't, some people focus too much on Joe over here, but most people are just focusing here. Some people go over here with the hat and they're like, I don't like the way that's angled. But mostly they're just focusing on what I'm saying, right? They see the thing on my hand here. They see it, but mostly they're just focusing on me, right? Your mind can't handle all the details at once and make them all apparent to you at the same time. That would be too overwhelming. So it filters, but it's still taking things in. In order to filter, it has to take everything in to filter properly. So yeah, that was a really interesting part of what Candace was talking about. And again, I've talked about this at length. I've said this so many times, so many times, that there is this law of consent. And I love that she found it through this weird book that she got. And even the story where somebody kept it in their car, they burnt everything because they thought it had some evil on it, and now they gave her that book, and then she doused it in holy water, and now she's reading it. She's becoming like Indiana Jones. Candace is becoming like Indiana Jones. She's like, I have this sacred book. This is a sacred book that I was given by a man. We put it in holy water, and now it's here. And we read the pages, but we do not flip it with our hands. We have a little thing. We open it up. Do not read the words aloud. You understand? You know? She's becoming like a Harry Potter character. She has all this hocus pocus stuff. I love it, though. I love that she's getting into this stuff. What did somebody say? 5.0. Was it at 5? Was it? I know Black Poppy. Yeah. Anyways, hit that like button. Yes, please. Yes, please. And thank you with the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's move on to some more stuff Candace was talking about. Then she started talking about the whole thing of, and I could talk about that stuff. There's some things that I could just talk about for hours, but I know I shouldn't just talk about the karmic law of consent and all this stuff. But I know it goes into Hollywood. It's all of this weirdness all of the weirdness that you're seeing that is ramped up so much. It all revolves around what she's talking about. It all revolves around what I've been telling you for the longest time. It really does. It really, really does. It's connected directly to Hollywood, directly to politics all the time. That's why I keep saying, that's why I had that long rant about that hand symbol when Barron brought it up. I was like, how many do we have to see? How many different people do we have to see doing it? You know what I mean? It's like you're doing this hand symbol and you're part of the Skull and Bones. It's like, okay, come on, man. Come on. You're not doing this in my face and I can't say anything about it. I have to just say it's art. I have to just say it's music. I have to just say it just means I love you. I have to continuously do it forever. Yeah, right. That's exactly what they want. It's exactly what they want. Their symbolic vernacular to become part of our regular understanding and have a misunderstanding of it at the same time. That's exactly what they need. You need that. You know? If I could make you think money's worthless, if someone could make you think money's worthless and you had a bunch of it, if they could fool you into thinking what the paper was. In fact, this happens to artists. This happens to artists all the time, what I'm about to say. If they could make you believe like, oh, that paper is nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It's really important in life. In fact, whenever you get that paper, you should just give it to me. You don't need it. If they could trick you like that, they would. They would. You know? They would do that. They would take it from you. And they kind of do, right? And I say that happens to artists because artists have always gone through this mentality of like being the starving artist, where it's like, oh, well, if I do something with money in mind, I'm a sellout. So it's actually better if I don't make a lot of money and I do things just for the love of it only, and I stay broke. Like they think there's a purity in their art if they stay broke. And then, you know, that's why you see so many incredible, really known artists and they just die broke. Because the starving artist mentality, it's been a trick. It's a trick that's put on people by managers and agents and all of the Hollywood behind the scenes people. They just put that weird thing in your mind for the longest time. That's why you see so many huge bands didn't make money, but they're like the biggest in the world. And now it's like a guy who's like, I just want to. And they're like, here's $100 million, son. Good job. Because like the game's changed, right? The artists have connected that like, no, I actually want to make money. You know, the blacks brought that in for everybody. The blacks were like, what? No, we want all the money. We want all the money. We're going to throw it in the air. What? You guys aren't taking money? Hey, you with the guitar, you're not taking a lot of money? Are you crazy? You take all the money and you buy diamonds. What are you talking about? Hey, everybody, guys, they're not telling you. There's so much money to be made and we could throw it in the air. We could waste it. What? We could buy jets if we get enough of it. Yeah, of course. And then we make the music anyway. What are we talking about? That's what hip hop brought into the scene. Hip hop was like, I want an obscene amount of money, actually. Thank you very much. I've been poor for a very long time. I want an obscene amount of money, you understand? Or else I'm going back to the streets to be a dealer. Which is it? Which is it, guys? Because I can go either way. That's how hip hop artists talk when they're in meetings. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? All good in the hood, am I right? Okay. How you doing, Brad? How you doing, Josh? Anyway, can I have a bunch of money? If not, I'm going to hurt somebody. Okay. All right. Sign here. Just right here. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going here. So then Candace starts talking about, basically what we touched on Sunday. Again, if you haven't seen the video, I'm making a different connection than Candace is, but we do it through the exact same material, right? Again, it's called Candace Unleashes, Shocking Discovery. Erika's political career exposed. I should say political ambitions, really, because there's no career there yet, but that's what they were working on, right? And, if you watch Candace's episode, then you already saw this clip, right? I was doing this on Sunday for everybody. You for sure already saw this clip here where Frank Turek is talking about the Vance ticket. If you keep going, you probably ended up seeing like all of the Mikey McCoy talking about it, all of them together talking about it. It's a thing that they've been trying to put into action for a while. Frank Turek says he's not letting go of the Vance Kirk ticket. He's not letting go of that, which means that they're going to put Erika in place of Charlie. With this whole Department of Defense thing that's going on, they're just putting Erika in place of Charlie. So when she starts talking about that, it's like, yeah, that's what it is. They're trying to position her that way in front of everybody. And that is part of, this whole thing is part of the symbolism. I mean, just so majestic. Look at him, eyes closed. You know how majestic you have to be to when you're smiling and having a good time, you just close your eyes. I mean, this majestic Mikey McCoy, right? The hips, the majestic hip, the holy hips of Mikey McCoy. But this is part of it. If we talk about symbolism, because, I guess you could say predictive, whatever, but they're talking about it, and they're talking about it like it makes sense. They're talking about it like it's just the next thing. Like, of course, what do you mean? Like, yeah, she'd be a great vice president, right? They're putting that into your mind. Again, subconscious, right? All of those people, maybe all the people who are watching don't feel like we're feeling, right? This was actually on their channel. A lot of their fans are watching this. So they have access to millions of people where they say that she would be a great vice president, and they nod along. And even if they don't take it in at the time, they hear it. And then if it happens near 2028, they kind of go, yeah, that, that ticket, that actually, I don't know, that's vaguely familiar to me for some reason, right? That whole thing, like the best part of waking up. Do you know the next line? Huh? I bet you do. I bet you do. Is Folgers in your cup? Why do I know that like that? Why do you know that? Because the things we hear, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear as well, right? That's why movies are such an important tool. That's why music is such an important tool. Movies even more so, because movies just depict regular life, right? Anyway, did you see the former 33-degree Mason spilling the beans about the royal secret sect shoe blue wall vampirism? No, I have not seen that at all. We'll talk about that when I go through the someone said Costanza. No, you got the line wrong. but you kind of got it right as well, right? Yeah, exact Costanza. Yeah, exactly. A Festivus. Everybody, if you watch Seinfeld, you know the line, right? A Festivus for the rest of us, right? You understand those those things, right? Weird stuff. Anyway, so Candace talks a little bit about that, and I think the best thing that she said is that Prez Orange cared more about dispelling the myth that he's going bald than he did about Charlie Kirk and doing an investigation into what happened to him. I was like, wow. Because I thought of it, because I've covered, Prez Orange, I've covered extensively on this channel. And she's right. She's right. He spoke more about that than anything to do with Charlie Kirk. And that's sad. That it's sad. To some, it's very telling. But yeah. Let's move on here. And that's the clip, Lance. Anyway. I'm talking to Lance, if you can't tell. But we keep on going here. Now, being targeted. Now, somebody had a theory. Again, I want to shout out this person. I don't want to just be like, oh, this is my theory. This is their theory. And listen, Mini, what is this? Mini Mency? M? Listen, M, you follow me. You tagged everybody but me. Look at this. She tagged everybody that she wanted to see this. Didn't tag me. Hey, but I'm the one who's showing people what you had to say. I'm the one showing people, okay? You're welcome, ma'am. But it's a solid theory. Solid theory, in my opinion. So this is big. Lori Franzvi's earpiece. I recently posted about Erika, Lori, Charlie, Candace visiting Philadelphia at the same time. Specifically attending the U.S. Embassy dedication ceremony on May 14th, 2028, separately. Post in comments for clarity. I will look at that after. I noticed something, and after doing some digging, I have one question. Why is Lori wearing a listen-only earpiece? The wire will run down from the earpiece to connect to a receiving radio, likely clipped to her hip. Let's keep on moving down here. It sets up like this. The transmitter, the device that actually captures the audio, is typically used/worn by another person or placed discreetly in the environment. This wasn't some innocent trip to Philadelphia to explore the country and pray for her future husband by placing notes in the crevices of a wall. She already knew exactly who that would be. Charlie was targeted, and this was the very first step of the covert operation to infiltrate his life. Now, I don't know if it was the first step, but it is a very interesting theory. Now, if you have a listen-only earpiece, to explain what she's getting at, because obviously I don't have her here, basically she's saying, as they're moving around, she has this earpiece in. It could be a translator. She could just say it's a translator. It translates, whatever somebody's saying to me in another language, it transfers it and brings it to English. She could say that, but she could be being given Charlie's location, or he's over here, or he's over there. She could be given that type of information. So it makes you think. The first time that they saw him, Erika says she noticed him. Right away, Lori's like, go say hi. Go say hi to that guy. Erika goes, no. Because there's this fierce black lady there, and she has her hair pulled back. She's the only black lady in the line, and she's standing there like this. She's like, I don't know about this place, Charlie. Charlie's like, it's going to be great. What are you talking about? Huh? What do you mean? I don't know. I feel like in some years I'm gonna hate this place. I feel like in a few years I'm gonna really dislike all this. I don't know. It's just a feeling. So she doesn't go and say hi. but they are on this trip together. So maybe she's tracking him. Maybe she's being given instruction of, hey, he's over here. You know, she keeps leading Erika and she's trying to have some kind of meeting happen. Maybe if you go a step further, you could, and obviously all this is alleged. This is just someone's theory. I'm just trying to help them expand on it. Maybe Erika also knows. Lori's getting this information. She's saying, okay, come over here. Okay, come over here. Okay, we're right next to this guy. Say hi to this guy. You know, maybe it's that type of thing. Maybe Erika knows, maybe she doesn't. But like Candace said in previous episodes, while she was doing the whole Bride of Charlie thing, she was saying that Lori is a bit of a controller, right? This is from her sources who have heard about their relationship. She is a bit of a controller, so, or a wolf type, you could say. Don't actually know that for sure. But again, just trying to expand on this person's theory. I think it's a pretty solid theory. You know, looking at it, like, why do you have this earpiece? What is this? It says sound on. No, this is not a video. Oh man, somebody has a video. It says sound on here. Oh, I got to find this video. If anybody has seen this image and it's a video, please send it to me. Even now, if you're watching, and you can and you have anything, email it to me, because I will I'm here by my phone, and when the emails come in, I will see the emails. And again, it's not about pronouncing words properly. Please don't email me about that. But interesting theory. What do you guys think about that theory? Do you think that she could have possibly been tracking Charlie, and that's how this whole thing was going down the entire time? Do you think that that's a possibility? That's what I would like to know from everybody. Boom, 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 boom. The chat is moving crazy. You know, we should turn off slow mode on the chat. I keep turning it on by accident. Should turn it off. I don't know. Something. I guess it's for the good of the people, so you guys can see your stuff coming through. But I like it when a bunch of stuff's coming through, you know, just a stream of consciousness. But that's the theory that this person had. And let's go a little deeper into what she thought here. I'll click on this one. Charlie was targeted. You can't change my mind. U.S. Embassy dedication ceremony on the 18th. Oh, sorry, 2018, May 14th. Erika's Insta. This is what she had. The same ceremony that Charlie and Candace attended together when the embassy officially moved. Interesting. And then she has more. Oh, she did like a whole thread. Okay, cool. Let's check out this thread. The same trip, Erika saw Charlie and Candace at the airport on her way home. Right? So she was saying, hey, go say hi while she was on her way home. When I say she, I mean Lori. Thoughts, Erika and her mom at the ceremony, looking for future beau. Is that beau or boo? That's not how you spell boo. Whatever, I don't care. Bae? I don't know. But that can't be Lori. So, I mean, that could be Erika, but that can't be Lori, right? Lori can't be looking like that and also looking like this. Like, she looks kind of like, she looks virile there, right? She looks young. Not young, but you know what I mean. She looks like she's with it. Interesting stuff. Original photo. Let me see this original photo here. Let me switch because it's of somebody that everybody that they won't like me showing. Original photo. Oh, they see them up there. No, that's not them. Nah. So she's a little bit off on the theory, but this is how theories go. You gotta flush them out properly, figure things out. But very interesting theory, M. If you have any other theories, M, definitely let me know, because I'm probably going to be the one to talk about it. So just saying, you tagged a lot of people, but I brought it to the people for you. I did. And that's the clip, Lance. Let's keep going. Anyways, guys, clip channel, by the way, I didn't mention at the beginning. We have a clip channel. That's why I keep saying that's the clip, Lance. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep going here. They are now going after Candace's sponsors, the wellness company. Let me tell you something. The wellness company couldn't give a flying F what anybody has to say. They are about their money, and they've been working with Candace for a while, And I get it. I 100% get it. Let me just move over here really. I was professional. I muted it. There you go. So this person, I mean, top tier Candace. I mean, such a Candace hater that the other day Candace was late, you know, as you do. And she was just like, Candace does this so her audience will be bigger when she starts her stream. Then she says, just kidding, she's on nigga time. And she wrote it like that. I was like, that's what it's gotten to? Like, you don't like her that much and you don't have any solid arguments, so you just start calling her the N-word? Okay, cool. But that's what she had to say. So she's going after the sponsors. Of course, someone vile like this would do that. I asked the wellness company why they continue to support Candace, even though she's engaging in public and extended bullying and harassment campaign against Charlie's widow. Their answer: it's good money for us. No values, no morals, no red lines, just their bottom line. I'm surprised a big corporation only cares about their bottom line, to be very honest with you. So this is, I don't know how she got this. She's like, hello, Natalie. So right away, this person's like the VP of partnerships. They're like, hello, I'm the VP of partnerships. What's your question? Yeah. And right away, she's like, I'm asking why the wellness company continues to sponsor Candace, given that she baselessly is accusing people and bullying people, mainly Charlie's widow. Is that something you guys stand behind? And they're just like, we've been working with Candace for 2 years. And also we worked with Charlie for close to the same amount of time before his passing. We are running a business, and Candace has the top podcast with an audience base who believes in support and medical freedom, in the foundation of our brand's North Star. That is why we continue to show up on her show as a brand sponsor. They're like, do you support what she's doing? Do you support what she's been doing? It's all about money for you. You have no values. The company's like, huh? What? What'd you say? I'm sorry, I didn't. It's the paper's flapping so much. Yeah, the paper's just flapping. I apologize. It's a really big stat. I'm so sorry. Let me just get through this. It's flapping so much I can't hear you. Hold on. Yeah, companies tend to not care. They tend to not care. Either they really care and they stand by someone, or they just don't care and they're just like, whatever. They're like, she's good. Is she doing anything violent? No? We're good. Obviously. Like, what are we talking about here? Could you imagine you've been working with somebody and then all of a sudden they become the #1 podcast in the world? You'd be like, oh, jack it up. Can we get another 30 seconds? What does it cost for another 30 seconds? You don't go, well, I mean, Erika. We just care about Erika just so much. I have to make sure she's doing right by Erika. What? I don't think there's any company that would do that. Especially, like, this is a nice way of them being like, we don't like Erika either. That's their, like, super nice way of being like, we think Erika's weird. We saw her with the leather pants and we decided we're never leaving Candace's side. How about that? Like, very funny. But yeah, now they're trying to come after the sponsors. Like I told you, they're trying to come after Mark, even though Mark doesn't work there anymore. They're going after Savannah. They're looking for everybody. Because they're just trying to make sure that Candace can't make any money. That's the basic of it, right? It's not even about, oh, what she's doing is so wrong. It has nothing to do with that. It's like, how do we stop her from making money? Let's impact her life negatively. That's why these same people were tagging Erika, being like, you have to sue her. How could you not sue her? What are you guys doing? Jack Posobiec didn't say enough. They're like, how could you do this, Zach? You're anti-Philadelphia, Zach. Look at what you're doing. Or sorry, not Zach, Jack Posobiec. So they're just trying to stop the flow of money that's coming in. And it's not going to stop. What are you going to go? You're going to go to this platform and be like, hey, do you see what Candace is doing? They'd be like, yes, we see everything that happens on this platform. Why? What are you looking? What are you saying? They don't care. They're companies, man. Companies don't care. They don't care about things, you know? Just saying. They don't. They don't. Not even a little bit. Let's move on here. That's the clip, Lance. Bang. Short clips, long clips, fat clips, skinny clips. The skinny clips will come in about 6 months after I lost some weight. Those skinny clips are coming. Oh, you're going to see. You're going to see, guys. I mean, you're going to see. Right now, Miss Coach is in here. She's in here for fun, right? But in 6 months, when I drop all this weight, she's going to be in here. She's going to be warding people off. She's going to be like, get away from my husband. Get back. So she's going to be doing, I'm telling you. Anyway, Tucker Carlson has a company called Alp Pouch, right? I don't know if he's like the sole owner of the company, but he has much stake in the company. And in fact, there was a shipment that was stolen. A huge tractor trailer full of this product was actually taken. And Tucker Carlson actually announced that he is giving a $100,000 reward to anybody who can figure out the whereabouts of this truck. Anybody. Crazy for the guys who stole it to not take that prize. Because it's either that, just be like, oh, it's over there. I saw it. That's it. Get like one of your friends, a friend of a friend of a friend to do it. Say, I found it over here. Here it is. Get $100,000. Cut the guy in a little bit. Take the rest of the money. Because otherwise, you're gonna have to sell. What are they? Nicotine? I don't even know how these things work. They're nicotine pouches, and you put them in your mouth. You put them in there. That's disgusting. Selling those? What? A whole tractor trailer? Get out of here. Unless it's like $1 million or something. I don't know. I don't know how much those things cost. You guys ever heard of those things? I have no idea how those things work. I see Joe Rogan. If you watch Joe Rogan's podcast long enough, you'll see him like do something to his mouth, and it's because he has one of those things in there. It's gross. It's so gross. You kidding me? It's nicotine. I know they say nicotine's good for you now. They're like changing their tune, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. It's gross. Anyway, unless it's a cigar. Unless it's an Upton half Corona cigar with a triangle cut, unless it's one of those, I'm not for it. Oh, I know my Cubans, my friend. Let's go. So he actually posted this. Tucker's company posted this.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to do a Ben Shapiro inspired eyebrow tutorial. I've been Ben's makeup artist for a couple of years, and so I'm ready to spill the secrets. First, we're going to outline the eyebrow with a lighter color. Go a couple inches above your eyebrow, and just don't worry about the shape. Let the shape be whatever it wants to be. Then repeat this process with a darker color. The color I'm using is called Skid Mark. Now, I'm doing a more natural look. If you want Ben's signature look, you're just going to go another inch above your eyebrow. Blend your eyebrows, and now it's time for my secret weapon. Grab your crazy glue and any black cat you can find. I found this one in a dumpster outside of my apartment. Apply the crazy glue, and then grab some hairs off of the cat and put them onto your eyebrows for that natural hair look. Comment below what you think and let me know if you tried this tutorial. Today, I'm going to teach you how to do a Ben Shapiro inspired.
Wow. Let me tell you guys something. For those of you that don't know, Tucker and Ben have had a feud for years now. I would say at least 5 years they've been feuding with each other. And I think Tucker's in the lead right now, Tucker is winning this one by quite a bit. I'm just saying, by quite a bit he's winning this one. Very, very wild that he not only made sure to put this post out, he actually instructed employees of a company that he has ownership in to post this video. That is wild. And then below it, it says no to Ben Shapiro, and they actually have a coupon code that's no to Ben Shapiro. This is not an ad. I'm just saying, how petty is that? No to Ben Shapiro. What? Just no to him? They didn't even make it funny. They're just like, no to him. No to Ben Shapiro. What? A new level of pettiness. We have not seen this in the conservative movement as of yet, ladies and gentlemen. This level of pettiness is only seen by those of us who follow 50 Cent on Instagram. If you follow 50 Cent on Instagram, you've seen this level of petty before. And it is a very, very high level of petty. I mean, this is black belt pettiness that we're seeing here, okay? I've only seen this type of petty from 50 Cent, Maybe Prez Orange. Prez Orange is up there as well. He gets pretty petty as well. But this is wild. Wild that they would do this. Let's move on, though. You know, we are concerned, though, Ben Shapiro, friend of the show, it is getting a little out of control. I mean, he doesn't even look like himself anymore, man. Like, this is getting rough. It's getting hard to watch. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do about this, guys. Honestly, I've reached out, trying to get his information and just help him where we can, but I don't know what's going on with this guy. You know, hopefully he gets the help that he needs. Somebody sent me this. They're like, for your amusement. Oh, I saw it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, these things are getting out of control. I mean, somebody else had to they actually hitched a ride on one of Elon Musk's rocket just to look at Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. I mean, this is getting out of control. This is a real image, ladies and gentlemen. This is too much. I mean, from that far up, astronaut taking a picture, of course, right? This is getting out of control. This is a little too much. And if you can see, very small person right there. I mean, this is getting out of control, guys. I just hope he gets the help that he needs. He has seen everybody posting these, if you don't know. This is an actual picture of him looking at everybody, just making these memes and whatnot. I'm not one of them. I don't condone any of it. I'm just trying to raise awareness. So he is very upset, as you can see right here, adorning a very nice hat as well, you know. Somebody made this. They're like, Ben Shapiro watching the entire country make fun of us. And all the people who are supporters, they're like, this is AI. This is AI. This is not real. Okay, just so you know. Oh, really? The picture from space isn't real? Oh gosh. You're bursting everybody's bubble here. So many people thought the picture taken from space was real. Oh, it's so funny. People are posting about it like crazy. I'm disturbed by his eyebrows. I need an explanation right now. You know, people are mad. People are really upset. As you can see here, there is a civilization far, far from Earth. I mean, this is like a galaxy away. And they are now worshiping Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. They're worshiping the eyebrows because, you know, they've never seen anything like this before. What can you do? You know? All, you know, again, don't condone any of it. I think it's all, yeah, just prayers, just prayers, guys. That's prayer hands in the chat. Ben Shapiro, friend of the show. Yeah, those people, they're like, actually, his eyebrows are not big enough to be seen from another solar system. That is incorrect. There's no way you would be able to see eyebrows from another solar system without some kind of telescopic technology. Relax. We get it. Okay? Don't worry. They are getting big, though. It's fine. Yeah, whatever you want to do. Anyway, that's the clip, Lance. Let's keep going here. Now, this is very weird. I didn't see this coming. Because Piers Morgan has always been on the side of Philadelphia, right? He's always been, he's never been, like, he berated Candace because of it just recently. He's talked to Nick about it. There's many times he's had this conversation. He's always in defense. And for some reason, now Ben Shapiro and Dave Rubin are both going after Piers Morgan at the same time. Very odd stuff. Here, check this out.
And he routinely gets very upset when other people do. It's such a blind spot for Ben that through the red mist of his rage, he sees an alternate reality where anybody who disagrees is a demonic, America-hating terror apologist who can only possibly be doing it for ratings. And it was brought to my attention that he was very upset about a debate last week featuring Dave Smith.
So last night on Piers Morgan, which is the Jerry Springer of political television, where people gather to throw chairs at one another and determine paternity. Piers Morgan, who has sort of made a mockery of the entire industry.
I gotta say, that's funny. That is funny, you know? I'm just saying. I'm not really a big fan of Ben or Pierce, but that's kind of funny. He's the Jerry Springer of it. It's kind of, you know, it's a little bit true, right? People are yelling, they're getting all mad, they're screaming at each other, and he's just like sitting there smiling, you know? It's a little funny. You know, Ben has his moments. Come on.
By putting on screen, you know, whatever dregs are still willing to go on screen with Piers Morgan. He had on Dave Smith, who has, you know, apparently his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy takes. And also to hate America. Here we go.
Well, first, Jerry Springer was a very good friend of mine, and he was a beloved national treasure who actually hosted one of the most successful shows in television history and became a media mogul worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So thank you for that comparison, Ben. Second, we proudly host lively debates on things that people care about, featuring guests that people care about, to cover both sides of complex news stories in an engaging way. Do the debates sometimes get a bit combative? Yes. Do audiences tend to enjoy a bit of theatrical rough and tumble? Of course they do. That's why the Daily Wire, Ben's company, has an entire political debate show which is literally called Bar Fight. That's why Ben's own show features hard-hitting segments including Ben Shapiro destroys celebrity ice reactions. Ben Shapiro destroys the Golden Globes. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke TikToks. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke socialist TikToks. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke religious TikToks. And when it comes to humiliating the industry, please tell me why the Pulitzer Prize Committee did not reward Mr. Shapiro for this masterpiece.
What the run?
He lights them on fire? Why would he do that? Because he didn't like the movie? Jeez, come on, Ben. I don't know if I can show that. Benjamin.
Makes a mockery of the industry. Third, I want to examine the charge that I've committed a sin against journalism by hosting what Ben Shapiro describes as whatever dregs are still willing to appear on my show. Well, on the subject of Iran and US foreign policy specifically, recent guests have included Masih Alinejad, Lisa Daftari, Patrick Bet-David, Carla Sands, Rob O'Neill, Goldie Gamari, Jonathan Conricus, Alan Dershowitz, Alika Lebon, Ambassador John Bolton, General Wesley Clark, General Mark Kimmett, a former UN prosecutor accusing Iran of mass murder, Ambassador Mike Huckabee, former Vice President Mike Pence, Eric Weinstein, Josh Hammer, former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and the IDF spokesman Nadav Shoshani. Now, it's unlikely that Ben is talking about any of these people because they are either vehemently pro-Israel or to some extent they are supportive of attacking Iran to destroy its regime.
Very, very polite back and forth between the two. Ben, not so polite. Ben was like, and he hates America. He hates America. Having whatever dregs will come on his podcast. I haven't seen anyone come on his podcast in a long time, you know? I'm just saying. When's the last time you've seen anybody? So that was Ben going at him. Piers Morgan responds. And then you have Piers Morgan. Here, I'll show you what he says first about Piers Morgan. He says, pretty sure Meghan got some of the Botox in her brain and Piers would sell his mother to a jihadist for a click. And obviously, Piers Morgan is like, wow. He's like, 4 months ago, I drove out to your house in Miami as a personal favor, and because you've done my show so many times, I thought we were friends. How could I be wrong? What a treacherous little weasel. Being BB's useful idiot has sent him and Shapiro nuts. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Then Dave Rubin's like, oh, I explained why I won't do his show anymore, blah, blah, blah. Dave Rubin was literally on the show like a month ago, not even that. He's on the show all the time, actually. One of the dregs, I would suppose. And Piers Morgan's like, you won't be doing my show. You won't ever be doing my show again, in any capacity. I mean, you know, to a British person, this is like telling him to like F your mom, basically. That's basically what he just said. That's the British version of F your mom. I mean, you will not be doing my show again in any capacity. That's those are fighting words over there across the pond, if you didn't know. So yeah, now they're all turning on him. They're literally doing the same thing to Piers that they're doing currently to Megyn Kelly, that they did to Charlie, that they're doing to Candace. Somehow Piers Morgan is now in that group of people. I don't see it myself at all, but that's where we're at. And of course, Piers Morgan ends it off with this. He says, if you come at the British king, you best not miss. And he posts this picture. What's happening? What's happening? Ben Shapiro's going to roll up. Someone said too tall right away. Oh my gosh. How dare you guys? I'm just showing you a picture. Come on. Don't be like that, guys. I mean, this is wild. For him to post this, I mean, that was the mic drop. That was the mic drop right there. Ben can't reply to this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They're fighting each other. They're like real. Like, is this because of Candace? Does this get blamed on Candace? This is all kind of because of Charlie. You know that, right? Like, Candace had her stance before Charlie passed, and everything was still going on. As soon as Charlie started changing what he thought, that's when everything is like starting to crumble now. Now there's this weird rift within conservatives. It's more because of Charlie. I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying he kind of set things off in a really, really interesting way. I don't know. So now Piers Morgan is receiving the same type of text messages and the same type of messages and the same type of tweets that Charlie, Megyn, Candace were and are getting currently. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it, honestly. But thank you for this, Piers. Thank you for your service. This is absolutely wonderful. I'm not a fan of his show, I have to say. I don't like the energy of like people just fighting all the time. Don't like that energy. You know, they don't even make it funny. You know, they're just really, really rude to each other. But this is wonderful. Thank you very much, Piers Morgan. And that is the clip, Lance. Perfect layup. You see what I did there? Somebody is saying, now this is alleged, right? This is alleged, guys. There's somebody saying, hey, what's going on when it comes to Candace and Tucker is that somebody is actually making sure to set up these Zoom calls. Yes, they have Zoom calls to strategize going after Candace and Tucker. Yes, they send morning emails to share sample messages for going after them. Yes, thousands of accounts are thousands of pro-Philadelphia accounts on X suddenly yell Candace is a demon within 2 hours of each other by accident. So there's that. This person is confirming that. Her name is, she actually used to work for Newsmax. She used to work for OANN as well. That is where Matt Gaetz currently works. So she's confirming that this is what goes on. I guess she's kind of implying that she has been offered this type of thing before, and I guess she didn't take it. Very interesting. I would love what I would give. You know, there's these guys, these young guys. They're like some are teenagers, some are like in their like early 20s, and they infiltrate Zoom calls. They'll like go and it's like a comedy thing, and they'll like work off of each other, and they go into these Zoom calls. It's called like Zoom bombing or something like that. And I think it's the funniest thing ever. What I would give to be able to get into one of those Zoom calls and just hear and just give my sample. Hi guys, I have a sample. I have a sample of what I'm going to say to Candace. Okay. I think everybody should follow suit. I'm going to say that she is a wonderful mother and her podcast is doing extraordinary. See Graham Allen's. Graham, you're muted. You're muted, Graham. You have to come off mute. You see you're emotional there. Those are good things. What are you guys, what are we talking about here? Okay, you guys didn't like that. Okay, I'm going to say you are a true example of a Catholic, and you are setting a wonderful example for young black women throughout the entire world. What is she talking about? Gary from Paramount Tactical is just like, no, I don't like this. I don't know what's going on. Erika's just like, this is some BS. The hell is this person talking about? No, that's not what we want to do. Brian Harpole's just like, hey, you got to who are you? I don't know how you got into this meeting, but this is not what this meeting's about, okay? This is ridiculous, right? And I know this person's not a part of this meeting because when I asked them if they needed mints, they said no. They said they were good, okay? I don't know what's going on here, who this person is. This has to stop immediately. Everybody's just angry, you know? So mad. I would love to get into one of those Zoom calls. They for sure exist too. Like, I know it's all alleged. You know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know about this 100%. But they have to be able to communicate, to do it so in sync of each other and say the same things. There just has to be something. Somebody says, what is this person saying? I want to share some handy tools that I came across during my investigation. Okay. All right. It's just browsing tools. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Who's this? Marvin? Thank you very much, Marvin. Who'd you send this to? Me, Baron, and Candace. All at the same time. Thank you. I hope Baron will probably read it. Baron will read it for sure. For sure. I'll read it after, honestly. You know, Candace's favorite village crazy lady says this POS getting paid to call you a panickin because gas prices are about to hit over $4. Trust Prez. She's talking about Gunther. Gunther has been in the news quite a bit. People accusing him of getting paid, text messages being released where he's talking about getting paid. And a lot of people don't realize this. If you're on X, you should really be looking out for this. So here's his tweets. And then if you look down here, it says paid partnership. You should kind of look for that when you see people tweeting. And you actually have to do this because if he doesn't do this, his account could get suspended. Now, the reason I bring that up, and the reason I'm bringing it up in the midst of all of this, is because a lot of these people are accused of going after Candace. You know, it's alleged that they're going after Candace altogether. I'm not even going to bring up incentive, right? Although it does say paid partnership here. I'm not even going to bring up incentive, just altogether. So apparently another guy, this dude, I don't even know how to say this name. I don't know how you say that name. Cernovich? Very odd. I went to go check out his page. He's already blocked me. I don't even know the guy. I don't know. I probably said something slick just in passing randomly. Sorry about that. Whoever you are. But apparently his account got suspended. Now he says that it's been suspended because for the last several days I've been suspended on X. I can't access private messages or even read the site. I'm locked out completely. I invest in an e-commerce company, was flagged for violating a paid partnership rule after posting a link with a coupon code. It's not a paid partnership. I don't earn commission. It's a coupon code for Cernovich on X readers. I made an appeal. There doesn't seem to be any haste in reviewing it. So this guy had he had like 1.3 million followers. And this person, this guy, Sword Truth, he's very, very, he follows me too. He's very, I guess he doesn't like Turning Point. That's what I'll say. I'll say that. He doesn't like Turning Point. He says this guy, flagrant violation, undisclosed paid partnership rule. He and many others associated with Turning Point deserve this ban and more, as they regularly take direct and indirect payments associated with Turning Point, foreign and domestic govs, and intel. Allegedly, Elon Musk, take a look at this, and the bot farms, blah blah blah. So, and he's tagging this guy, Jay Hoffman. He's tagging Gunther, of course. He's tagging Jack Posobiec, because a lot of these people have been accused, or it's been circulating around, that they are taking money. Now, Jack Posobiec actually works for Turning Point, so you can't really say that about him at all. I think Jake Hoffman also works for Turning Point in some capacity, so you can't fully say that about him either. But there are that list of people that was released, and apparently, if they are getting paid, they should be disclosing that. You know, just like I was saying, this character Dom that's on X, he doesn't, like, he says that if he says breaking, it's like a paid thing, and you can pay $15,000 if he says breaking on a post and then talks about your company or you or whatever. But he never discloses it. You never see ad or anything like that. Apparently that is a big thing on X. I didn't know. Last time I told you guys about this, I was talking about Instagram is very strict about it. Other platforms are super strict about it. Apparently X is as well. But again, this guy didn't do anything he didn't do anything with Turning Point, but this person is speculating. Well, they're not even speculating. They're just saying their thoughts of how a lot of people deserve this type of ban, because it seems very apparent that they're all doing it coordinated, and it's either they're just doing it for the love of the game, or somebody has positioned them like that for some kind of financial benefits. Anyway, just had to hit you with this meme really quick. Best parts of my day, Baron Coleman, Coach Colin. This image kills me. It's Baron. I love it. Allegedly, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Looked real to me. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. Thank you for the memes, guys. You have no idea how much I appreciate them. Trying to show you guys all the memes that come through. They are greatly appreciated. Let's keep going here. I just want to see if there's anything that has developed in the Erika Kirk DOD. A lot of people are tagging me in it. I have covered it already. Let's just see Erika Kirk. Just in case there's anything else, I would like to bring it to you live, but I'm pretty sure I had it handled. I started 15 minutes late just so I could make sure to get that to you guys. But she does now have a DOD position. So very weird that all this has happened. Very, very weird. I mean, it's so hard to act like this makes sense. For anybody who thinks it does make sense, like, break it down for us, man. Break it down for us. So how it makes sense, why it makes sense. Because I can't do it. I can't figure it out. This doesn't make a lick of sense. You know? I don't know, man. Anyways, we gotta jump into the super dupers, my friends. It is wifey's birthday today, so I gotta jump in. As you guys know, we're doing the members live stream tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. CST. And the reason that we're doing that is because I have to move it today, because I got to do birthday stuff with the wife. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Erica's new role, 6,000 in the chat. I'm sorry, Holy Fire Luna. I have to interrupt for a second. I know Black Poppy. I. I know black, nunca, nunca. I know black, nunca, nunca. I know black, nunca, nunca. I know Black Poppy. I gotta play that song for Candace's cousin. Candace's cousin's gonna love that song. Candace's cousin. You know, we got cousins who have like green eyes, you know what I mean? And like, we have a grandfather who was like light skinned. So like, we like more white than anything, you know? Are you wearing a New York hat with dreadlocks and Timberland boots, man? There's nothing blacker than wearing a New York hat with dreadlocks, with Timberland boots on. And don't tell me we couldn't see her feet. I know she had Timberland boots on. You're not gonna make me turn away from this. Ridiculous. We're more white than anything. I wish Candace would comment on that. We're more white than anything. To say in the same sentence, we're more white than anything, yeah mean. To say the yeah mean along with we're more white than anything? What? The only thing that's blacker than a stud wearing dreadlocks, New York hat, Timberland boots is a ginger white guy. There's nothing more black than a ginger white guy. I can't even explain it. If you know, you know. There's nothing more black. Ginger white guys. You can find a ginger white guy on any all-black college campus. He will be there. He will be doing the dances. He will be wearing the Malcolm X sunglasses. The Malcolm X glasses. There's nothing blacker than a ginger white guy. They are the blackest things on this planet. Okay? Just so you know. All right? I'm just filling you in. Okay? There's nothing blacker than a ginger white guy. They are the blackest people ever. I have too many examples. They're always married to a black lady. And good on them, you know? And they love her, right? They're throwing massive amounts of seasoning on their food. I mean, nothing blacker. I follow this ginger guy on Instagram, and he just dances. That's what he dances. And he dances to like the baby songs. I mean, he's just the blackest guy I know. He looks black, you know? Listen, if you don't know about that, you just don't know. But I'm telling you, okay? I'm informing you right now how black ginger white guys are. They're the blackest people on the face of the planet. Did I not send this out? Oh, man. I'll send it out now. Man. I had a community post I was supposed to send out. I didn't send it out. Come on, Colin. Ridiculous. I can't believe it. I can't believe I did that. My bad, guys. There would have been more of us here to hear that rant about ginger guys. Anyway, let's get into super chats. My apologies, everybody. I'm so sorry to anybody who's going to see that now. And they're going to be like, yo, I didn't get the notification. I'm so sorry. I can't believe that, man. I was too scrambled. I was trying to rush through the Erika Kirk stuff. Anyway, let's jump in here. Erika Kirk's new role further solidifies that she was a plant all along. Exactly. She was indeed at a fort in Tucson and had a hand in betraying Charlie Kirk, allegedly, maybe, perhaps. She's a protected asset of the Gov. That's why she's always lying. Makes sense now. Exactly. You said it perfectly. You said it better than I could have. That's exactly it. It further solidifies that. We understand why the protection of her. We understand why the positioning of her. Everything makes sense now. That role that she's in now, it makes everything make perfect sense. The positioning of her politically as like VP or president, that's like so outlandish. You hear that and you're like, what are you talking about? But when you see her in the DOD role, when you see that role, you're like, okay, now I understand. Like I said, her parents are these weird deep state figures. And now she is too. Right? Anyway, we'll see what it grows into. I don't think it's going to stop there. I really don't. It's a vague position too. Ricky to Tim, thanks for your due diligence and exuberance. Wow, look at this. You've been watching Lionel, huh? Thank you very much, Ricky. Appreciate you. Mikey Riley, the crazy Ben Shapiro, got a Beijing on the Do you guys even know what the Beijing is? I mean, come on. I got Mikey, you know I gotta show him what the Beijing is. I mean, there's nothing. Oh man, the I'm just gonna write black guy Beijing hairline. That's what I'll write. I mean, these guys are painting on their hairlines. Oh, come on. You got to show an example of it though. Oh, are we going to do LeBron James like that? We got to call out LeBron James? I don't want to have to call out LeBron James. You're going to make me call out LeBron James? All right, fine. We'll use LeBron James as an example. So this is it. This is what it is, okay? Now, if you don't know what's going on here, this is his actual hairline. When they bring the Beijing in, okay, they're basically painting. That's why you see a lot of guys, a lot of black guys, they have these perfect hairlines. Some of them have hair, of course, but some of them, they're just painting it on. As you can see there, it's filled in, right? It should be going up to there. That's why you see that. This is not a hair transplant. This is just, they just fill it in. They fill it in. It is the most ridiculous thing you will ever see. It is nonsense. Is this another example? Oh, good gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There you go. All right, there you go. That is paint, ladies and gentlemen. That is paint. Okay? That is... that is paint. Okay? Look, you can see the bald spot wants to come out so bad. The bald spot's like, let me shine. Let me shine. It's taken me years to get here. Let me shine. Can I please shine? And he's saying, no, I'm going to paint. I got to paint you up. That's paint, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. It's what the Beijing is wild. Wild. I have a friend who's doing it. He's never been able to grow facial hair for years. All of a sudden he has the perfect thing there. I'm like, I see what's going on here, man. I don't want to say nothing to him, but I'll just write to him every now and then. I'll be like, how'd you get that hairline? I'll just say, how'd you get that hairline? He just laughs because he knows. He knows. Oh, so many of them do it. You have no idea. I can show you some ridiculous examples. Let me try and find one ridiculous example. Let me just put hairline there. Let me just, there's so many ridiculous examples. Oh, I can't believe I can't find one. See, Google's not going to help me find it. I have to like go on X to find. I'm going to try one time. Let me just try one time just to go on X and try and find this. Because if I can just find you an example, you're going to be like, this is crazy. It's going to make you look at dudes are doing stuff too. It's not just ladies who are stepping in and doing things, you know? Men, we are now magicians as well. Oh, it's not showing it. It's not showing it. Ah, man. Let me see. Oh, there's a great example. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a great example right there. Oh, yeah. That's paint. That's paint. Yep. You see the hairline like that? That perfect? It's paint. You don't see any curls here? It's just flat? Huh? I mean, that's paint. It's crazy. It's crazy. Putting eyeliner on their heads. And that's why what this guy said is so funny. Because he's saying Ben Shapiro did that to his eyebrows. He's saying Ben Shapiro did that to his eyebrows. Oh my goodness. Ben Shapiro went to a barber shop. Hello, African American men. I'm looking for a little help. There's something I wanna spit it out, man. What you looking for? I just my eyebrows. I just want them to be a little. You want me to cut them down? No, goodness, no. Time after time, people tell me that I should cut my eyebrows. I will not do it. I'm just looking for a little bit of that Beijing. Oh, you want Beijing on your eyebrows? Oh, we got you, man. Don't even worry about it. Beijing it up. Make it all perfect. You know? It's like shoe polish, basically. Cody Wilbur, 1979, Nat Sek, The Big U, Berzygski, Desert Rabbit Hole for those who dig. Okay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that dig. Mama's Corner. Welcome to the Mint Daddy crew. Thank you so much. Miss Bree, I'm going to call you Legend. Miss Legend, sorry. Ben Shapiro's eyebrows equal humiliation ritual. Oh, that's how bad they look. People are like, oh my God, they're doing this to him. People are concerned, man. People are concerned. They're like, are they doing this to him? Are it those people? Are they Are they doing this to Ben? People are concerned, man. It might be. Who knows? Who knows? The Daily Wire is in dire straits. You know, he might be just, you know, doing what he's got to do. Sass girl, can we please never see the picture meme of Shapiro's eyebrows waving at the crowd again? I'm still recovering from yesterday. No, I think we're gonna see it again. I have to, honestly. It's a story I have to follow. I really do have to follow until he acknowledges it, which I think he's going to soon. Oh yeah, I saw this. I saw exactly what you're talking about. Curious Joel making Candace Owens say Philadelphia. TikTokers doing I Know Black Poppy. Don't underestimate your impact. Please use this donation to buy something for the soon-to-be big sister. Prayers for a happy, healthy new baby. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I did see that Curious. Just shout out to Curious Joel. I was listening to the episode, and then all of a sudden, I just hear Candace say Phil. I hear Candace say Curious Joel, who's one of the mods, if you guys don't know, and then all of a sudden I hear her say Philadelphia, and again it rolled right off the tongue. She understood completely. She was just like, okay, Philadelphia, all right. Shout out to Joel. Thank you so much for that. Correctish English in charge of the curriculum. First, public schools. Now, the military. Very scary. Yeah, she's going to have say in that. She's going to have say in that, and they're going to treat her like as if she has a lot of experience in that. Like they're going to treat it like that makes sense. That's the real scary part of it. They're going to treat it like it all makes sense for her to be in that position. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong. I don't know everything she's done. You know, Barron showed us yesterday, everything got updated in her education. She graduated summa cum laude all across the board. So who are we to judge, right? She's far above us in intelligence. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean, to take over Turning Point the way that she has, there has to be some kind of intelligence there. I mean, you know what I mean? To take over that company, right? Has to be a little bit, right? That's a smart thing to do. Anyway, but yeah, it's like Fire Luna Fire said. It just solidifies what everybody has suspected about her being some kind of plant. It just solidified it. Everybody understands now what they're looking at. Literally works. Like as soon as I saw that with Graham Allen, I saw his profile for the DOD, I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, like now I get it. Like now I get it. He's this guy who pops up out of nowhere. He has this Rumble channel. He's like, I'm gonna investigate Candace. Hey, like I was like, what is this? Who is this guy? And then all of a sudden I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. Like Gary from Paramount Tactical. It's like, where did this guy come up from? And then you learn, like, okay, Green Beret. I don't even know if he's retired, but I'm like, okay, he served. And then you find that he's still working with federal agencies. Like, and it's within his tactical company. So I guess he has contracts with them. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I understand what's going on. They're just making sure that these guys who don't do much when it comes to defense, when it comes to serving, they make sure those guys that don't do much get something else done. They reassign them. Like, hey, go over here. Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna have a following. Don't worry. Make sure to talk about this every day. Every time there's a narrative that needs to be pushed, get over here and do it. That's exactly what Turning Point's become. Saved by Grace, 99. That's a clip, Lance. Just so you know, that's a clip right there. That's a clip right there. Okay. Saved by Grace. It's my daughter's 9th birthday today. Also, could you give her a shout out? Her name is Ellie. We're lucky today. That's a very simple name. I can do that. She watches you, Candace, and Barron with me. That's very interesting. She's 9 and she watches us. I always wonder what that turns a person into. Like I used to watch Shawshank Redemption and stuff when I was a kid. She's watching us. Very interesting. Ellie, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ellie. Thank you so much for watching the show. Really, really appreciate it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellie. I know black poppy for you. Anyway, let's keep going. Thanks for watching. Oh man. Anyway, let's keep going. Nick says, Erika, pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. Of course. Erika's in there. Erika's like, I can do it. Give it. And Charlie's like, huh? What? I can do it. She's off. Charlie's on stage. She's over. Give it. Charlie's like, what the I'm on stage. I gotta talk. Give it to me now. He's like, what are you talking? I can't. I'm on stage. I'm doing this. I can do it. Give it. You know? And she got it. Adrian Wheeler, does Erika Kirk hold the secret to glitter manufacturing now? Is glitter really a matter of national security? Maybe allegedly, perhaps. I mean, I'm telling you, you got to look into glitter. I'm telling you, it's weird. Glitter is very odd. They won't tell you what's in glitter. They won't tell you how they make it. They won't even let you. You're not even allowed. You can't get into the factories where it's made. It's very secret. And it's just glitter. It's very weird. Very, very weird. I'm telling you. I'm not making it up. It's a very odd secret. Does she have the secret to it? I don't even think Erika Kirk could get the secret to glitter. It is highly coveted. Highly coveted. You know? Candace is the rock, as I told her. I just wished it was Charlie. I just wished it were Charlie. The Philly Trolls lie. Oh, the Philly Trolls' lies have fallen apart. Let's dig even deeper into the foil. Dig deeper. You dig with the foil, you know? You dig with the foil, right? Let's keep going here. Happy party place. Happy B-Day, Miss Coach. This Erika Kirk news, Philly playing Connect 4, not chess. What a show. Playing Connect 4, not chess. No, definitely not chess. They don't need to play chess, right? They're playing Connect 4 and they're on both sides. They just have all the things. They're just like, can I have some pieces? Absolutely not. No, you can't have any pieces. I'm American. Can I have some pieces, please? No. No, you can't. No, I have all the pieces. I think I deserve some pieces. My taxes paid for those pieces. I don't care. I don't care. No, you can't have any. Nope. Look, I won. How about that? That game wasn't fair. Well, you're anti-Philadelphia. How about that? I didn't. What? Boss calls you up. Heard you're anti-Philadelphia. We had to fire you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this happened. I have to go. I can't talk to you anymore. I'm so sorry. Wife calls you up. I'm leaving you. I heard what you said. I heard what you said to that nice man with all those pieces. Okay? I can't be with someone like you. Anyway, let's keep going here. Erika Kirk has a white tattoo on the back of her arm. I thought it was on her hand. I think it's a symbol / sigil, but I can't figure it out. Have you seen it? I'm pretty sure it's on pretty much exactly where I have this tattoo. You can't see. Pretty much where I have this I have a small tattoo here. She has it pretty much in the same place. And she has it on both sides. I've never seen anything on the back of her arm. I've never seen anything there, but I have seen two there. She's pictured getting them tattooed. It is white ink. It does look like a sigil. I've talked to a demonologist about it. I know that sounds so weird, but I have. And he was saying it looks like a sigil. It looks like the Omega sign. And the other one looks like the compass and the square. Can't really tell that's what it looks like, but one of them for sure is the omega symbol. So I don't know if there's an alpha and omega thing going on there, you know, like you're the alpha and omega in your hands. I don't know. Very weird tattoos, but they do look like sigils. And when you do learn about like what goes on, you know, again, that interview that I had with Nathaniel Gillis, he talks about sigils and things like that being put upon people in very weird ways. It's a very weird interview that we do. I have to do another one with him. He's so great. Frija, go Max. Women can't be Masons. Yeah, I saw that. You're wrong. Yeah, you're 100% wrong. So have fun with that. Google's can't be Masons. Jamie, ladies and gentlemen. Google's can't be Masons. Right after the women can't be. Oh my God, I love this community. We don't need 50,000 people watching, man. Just to have you guys here and saying stuff like that is hilarious, man. This is amazing. Moira, good morning. Remember, Charlie had a Oi toy. He was spinning it all day. Did he? What? Best work, Fleet. Happy birthday, Coach's wife. Have a fun and safe one. Have fun and be safe. Sorry. Did he? Is that a part of Fleet's video, or did he actually have some kind of toy? I don't think he did. Like, what are you talking about? Did he? I don't know. Thank you for the birthday wishes, though. You think Erika Kirk is smart? A+, B-, D? George Bush was a C- to D student. If understood correctly, he once had a photo op with kids. He held a book upside down. He did. He did. Yes, he did. He did hold the book upside down. That's 100% true. And he was running the country. Yeah, you're right. I don't know that she's smart. You know, just because you get any type of grade in school, it doesn't exactly mean you're smart. Just because you get a good grade in school doesn't mean you're smart. Just because you get a bad grade in school doesn't mean you're not smart. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to tell. What I go with, because I've had to do this throughout my life. I've worked so many jobs. I've had to claw my way up in terms of skill sets, from having absolutely no skills to figuring out skill after skill until I got where I am now. I go by, when I talk to people, how much information they can handle. Not how much information they can handle at once, like I'm throwing math equations at them or anything. But how many things can you talk about? Do you know about things? You know, I guess you could say, are you awake? You know, have you awakened? You could say that type of thing, but that's what I usually go by. Like when I talk to somebody, what happens? There's some people you talk to, especially if you like randomly just try talking to somebody. Try it. Try and randomly talk to somebody. Be like, hey man, how's it going? They'll be like, where is it? And you're like, I said, how's it going? Are you okay? I am. Why? What happened? Nothing happened. I was just asking how you were. Like, if you have an interaction like that person, I don't know. I don't care what grade that person got in school. You could tell me that person graduated with honors. I'm like, seemed kind of slow to me, right? I go based on like interactions and how people are there, because that is the deciding factor with a lot of things. They do say within business, and I think it's the same in life, you're only going to be as successful as the amount of hard conversations that you can have. I don't know. That's just what I think. Michael Holiday, her job is to help people move through the 8 stages of grief, instantly using the Lord's miracle of fireworks and money. Fireworks and money. That's what she was doing with that the mother of the Ukrainian girl at the State of the Union. She's like, can we get her pyrotechnics? Do you want to hold the firecracker? You could just hold it. Yes, you hold it. Here, I'll light it. I'll light it. Don't point it at your face. Point it up in the air. There you go. There you go. Does that feel better? Huh? That feels better, right? Here. I have this with me all the time. Here. This is money. This is money. Here. Where are your pockets? Here. There you go. There you go. That feel better? Huh? It's cramming money into her pockets. Here's a hat. Take a hat. There you go. All right. Have a good one. I'm leaving on my private jet now. Bye. Just flies away. What is this? What does that say? Dorls? Do laurels guin? And says nothing. Doesn't even give me the pronunciation of that crazy name. Thank you, though. Appreciate you. Zyla Zip. Flip the E in E3 and you, oh, geez. Oh, you're digging deep. Okay. You're right. Okay. Wow. I didn't even see that coming. Very simple, too. What's this one say? This is going to say some wild stuff. This is all caps. You got to watch out for, look, even their name is in all caps. Okay. Please listen to Jay-Z and Kanye's old song, Otis Redding. Jay-Z tells us all his evil from their playbook and their escape plan. Putting supermodels in a cab. Proof. I think I got my swagger back. Proof. He talks about like having a bunch of passports. He talks about anything. Oh, he says anything's for sale. I got 5 passports. I'm never going to jail. I made Jesus walk, so I'm never going to hell. Yeah. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, true. You like how I just know that right off the top? Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of that. That their escape plan. I never thought of it as an escape plan. But they're always showing the evil playbook. Always. That's very interesting. Thank you for that. D. Anderson Music. Coach, did you see the video from the former? I read this before. No, I have not seen that video at all. I've seen many, I shouldn't say that. I've seen many videos of people claiming that there's something and that they're spilling the beans, and that they're telling everybody what they've been doing. I don't know how much of those are real. It's so hard at that point because now you've defected from that fraternity. So now any record of you is going to be gone, I guess, gone. So, and you can't go to them to verify that you were actually that. So now it's just taking your word. It's very hard, very hard. And then whatever you say in terms of you exposing a secret about them, it can't be verified. So it's like anything that they say, you'd have to literally take in what they say and then wait to see if any of it comes true. That's the only way I could think of. Because I've seen many of those videos where some guy's like, oh, I was at the top of this or the top of that. But it's like, how do you actually know? Naturally, Nolans, thank you so much. Cup of coffee there. Appreciate you. Jen M, I had deja vu when you were talking about the Holy Book. You said that rant before. Freaked me out a bit. Timeline reset. Anyway, love your content. About the Holy Book. About that book that she had? That Candace had? No, I haven't. I've never said that before. That was a thought that just came to my head. Because Candace had this book and I was like, oh, like Erika said she was studying a Bible, but she never said like what Bible. So it could have been a Bible like what Candace just stumbled onto. That's interesting to think about too. Because then she shows that page where it's like, you know, the octagon, sacrifice, whatever. It's like, oh, that's what she read, you know, potentially. That's what Erika was reading. That's weird. Weird to think about, man. You know, I often, like, we're talking about all this stuff and Candace is talking about all this wild stuff. I often think to myself, it's so much crazier than we think it is. Like it's so much crazier than we actually think it is. You know, everything that you're being shown, it's so much more insane. which is so weird. Like Dave Chappelle, I remember Dave Chappelle talking about he's like, what if I told you, and he was talking about like people getting like touched, and he's like, what if I told you that wasn't even the worst of it? I always think of that. Like, what is he talking about? What do you mean? What like, how is that not the worst of it? He was talking about Weinstein and all this stuff. He's like, what if I told you that's not even the worst of it? It's like, how does it get worse? What are you talking about? And I think this is the stuff that he's talking about. I don't know. Like, I saw Wiz Khalifa. Sorry to jump like that. I saw Wiz Khalifa. He's a rapper. And he was talking about the Jim Carrey thing. And he's like, oh, man. He's like, what I think happened is I think Jim got out of line. He's like, and then they switched him. And it's like, you're famous. What are you saying right now? Is this a thing? Is this a normal thing that you're saying? Because you would know. Like, you've been in Hollywood for a long time. This guy's baby mother is Amber Rose, right? He's famous. He's been in movies and stuff. He's a rapper, well-known rapper. It's like, why are you saying that? I don't know. It breaks my brain sometimes to think about. Moira. Erika didn't want to say hi to Charlie because she was not attracted. Lori dragged her home and taped her eyes. She gave her the old Clockwork Orange. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Emily Catherine, sorry. Did you clock Candace said Philadelphia again while reading her comments? Yeah, exactly. Made me smile. Thanks, Coach, for brightening my day. Yeah, Curious Joel. Shout out to Curious Joel. He's the one that did it. Crypto Bear. Candace's wedding pictures, checkered boards, and pillars. Well, where? You got to tell us where. I don't know where that is. Where was it too? Where did it happen? Checkerboard and pillars. If you don't know, those are like, this person is trying to make like a Mason reference, right? They're trying to say that like Candace is a Mason. But tell me where it is. Or, I don't know. I think that's what you're trying to say. Unless you're just bringing it up. You're like, I really liked Candace's wedding pictures. They were beautiful. Like, maybe that's what it is, but I doubt it. So tell me where to find them. I've never seen the pictures myself. Miss Legend, earpiece vid, her saved Insta stories, Philly 1.0. Oh yeah, earpiece vid. I'm gonna assume that you mean Erika. Let's see. You're saying that you can find them. You're saying saved. So if you go there, I don't know. 1.0. How would you find? Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. All right. I'll show you guys that tomorrow. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's right at it's like the first saved thing she has. It's her to save stories. Edge I8V, belated congrats on being heard by our queen. Gotta say, Fleet makes you look so good. Hot, strip that hoodie. Thanks for all your work. Keep it up. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Fleet does me a great service when she makes videos of me. Ingrid is Folgers in your cup. Thanks a lot, Coach. Since that will live rent free in my head all day, I'll leave you with this. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark. Yeah. That doesn't get stuck in my head. I don't know why. That gets stuck in a lot of people. It gets very hard for things to get stuck in my head. Very hard. I think a lot of thoughts all the time. But, Folgers in your cup. What do you want? Everybody knows it. His color is skid marks. Yeah. That was crazy when she said the color of the eyebrows is skid marks. It's crazy to say that. Anderson Music. He put an An Ian Carroll mustache. He put Ian Carroll mustaches on his eyebrows. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. You won't be able to unsee that now. Keith Cole, coach, nicotine is in most vegetables. So what? So ask me how many I eat. We've been lied to about everything. Yeah. That's what you say. Like, that's what you say. But how much is it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, nicotine's in the vegetables. How much? Is it as much as one of those pouches? Hey, let me tell you something. No. There you go. No, it's not. It's not as much as in those. And here's another thing. What do you do with the vegetables? Do you eat them? Is there fiber in them? Oh, wait, so you just don't take in all of whatever small amount of nicotine is in them. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little different, isn't it? That's like being like, hey, man, there's sugar in strawberries, just so you know. It's like, yeah, but there's fiber in strawberries. And there's all these micronutrients. What are you talking about? There's antioxidants as well. Come on, man. Get your head together. You're putting a pouch filled with nicotine in your mouth like this and sitting it in there and letting it just press up against your gum so it can flow through in your mouth and absorb through your tongue, the most absorbent part. What are you talking about? It's not the same. It's crazy I have to say this at the end there, buddy. It's not the same, Keith Cole. Anyway, because don't lie to yourself. Like if you're using those things, don't lie to yourself and go, well, it's fine because this is in vegetables. It's not the same thing, man. Okay? Just, there's tomatoes in pizza. That's what I'll say to my wife. Honey, there's tomatoes in pizza. What are you talking about? Cheese is actually great. What do you mean? Cheese is a solid protein source. Honey. She'll agree with me. She'll be like, yeah, let's get pizza. Let's do it. I don't care. But it's like, man, it's not the same. It's not the same, buddy. Anyway. Bex Sorson. My grandpa Sorson started started UVU and was the pres for 36 years. I've visited the campus many times since Charlie was there and have sat where he sat. There is a covered trap door right by where he was. Yes, everybody knows about the trap door. I don't even think Diligent Dennison got to go into the trap door. I don't think he was there before the construction happened. Actually, was he? He might have been there after the construction. I'm not sure. But I don't think anybody actually got to open up that trap door for themselves. And ask your grandpa if he knows Uncle Jack. That'd be great to know, you know? That's very interesting. Moira, kids book idea, The Journey of Ben Shapiro's Eyebrows. Oh, I want to make a cartoon about that so bad. You have no idea. I've been thinking about it since I seen this whole eyebrow thing happen. You know, I really want to make a cartoon about it. I'm not even kidding. Like, you're joking around. I'm not joking. I think that'd be a great. I have to delegate away some more tasks, but I need to just send Fleet hours of just me doing audio and explaining things, and us just make something like, oh man, because there's a whole thing in that. You have no idea. There's so much to that. You have no idea. Crazy Cat Lady. It seems Lori and Kris Jenner exchanged those tips and tricks, allegedly. Yeah, they're the same type of person. That's a great analogy too. That's a great comparison, I should say. Yeah, they're the same type of person. Definitely. They just had different opportunities in front of them, but they're the same type of lady, you know? And you could look at it and say, you know, strong and smart. You could look at it that way, or you could look at it manipulative. You can look at it many different ways, but whatever they have at their core that pushes them to do what they do, what we see them do in the public eye, yeah, they're the same person. They would get along great. Yesterday, I heard my daughter softly hum what sounded like "I Know Black Poppy." So I went, I, and we both laughed. That is hilarious. She's just sitting there, I know Black Poppy. That's amazing. Thank you for that. Snooty says nothing. Then Snooty comes back and says, imagine if Asmongold had Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. Oh my gosh, that would be alarming. That would be very, very alarming to everybody involved. Nobody would look at that and be able to just look at it normally. Everybody would be shocked and or appalled by that type of thing. You know? A lot of you. I got to go up. There's more. More came up here. We got to go way up. Okay. Way up. Way up. Okay. Yeah, that would be a terrible sight. A terrible sight. But you can do it in Grok. You can actually do that. That's a thing that you can do. Right? If I have a picture of Asmongold, right? Some of you don't know Asmongold. He's the Roach King, in case you don't know. He's the Roach King. Let's see if we can find a picture of Asmongold. Right? If I can just find a picture of him. There it is. Boom. There's a picture. So if I go to Grok and I say, can you give me a picture of this person, but make sure that he has Ben Shapiro's eyebrows? Is that possible? Question mark. Let's see. It just went right to work. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. It gave me some weird picture. I don't have the chops like Fleet, guys. I don't have those chops like Fleet does. But it would be gross. Anyway, Heather, once again, Candace reading comments yesterday with Philadelphia in a comment. I was like, yup, that's a Mint Daddy crew member. Yeah, definitely. When I heard that, I was like, huh? Because it almost got by me because Candace said it so... There was no question in her voice of like why she was reading the word Philadelphia. She was just kind of like, Philadelphia. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh man. Laura Beck, do you think Erika Kirk and Lori Franzvi were both following Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens since it was supposed to be Candace as per Andrew Colvett? Yeah, right. Isn't that funny? That's a funny thought because so many people, they've been reading Erika Kirk's messages, not her messages, her comments. And there's been like a lot that are like, lady on lady, lady friendly, you know what I mean? Those type of comments. And it's interesting to think like she actually went there to get Candace. I just had that thought come to my head. She went there to get Candace. She was like, okay, like there she is. That's why she didn't want to say hi to Charlie, because she was like, that's the one. She's supposed to be the one. Right? I don't know, man. Too much wild stuff. But I know what you mean. That does make sense. They were going after Charlie and Candace because they were together. I mean, they went on the trip, just them. So, hey coach, when we were looking for a laptop for my husband, I noticed that some of the gaming laptops had brand names Omen and Legend. It seemed blatantly evil to me. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that in all sorts of companies. There's a whole bunch of that you'll notice in these companies, especially tech stuff. People always go with Apple talking about, the forbidden fruit. Like that's what it represented, right? And then Steve Jobs will be like, well, there was a time where he spent a lot of time in an apple orchard on a certain thing. He was taking things. And then they'll say that's where it came from, more so. But, there's a lot of that. I mean, forget about even just the names. We start going into the logos. I mean, it gets deep. It gets real deep. There's a reason why the logos and the logos are so closely pronounced. Vanity, you changed it. You changed it a little bit. I noticed. There's no hyphen anymore. I keep missing the first hour because of daylight savings time. Can we consider going live at a different time, please? All of us, all 5,000 of us, are going to do a different time because you keep missing the first hour? Maybe. I've really considered doing a slot where I'm like just before Candace goes. I've considered that quite a bit. But I feel like I shouldn't, because it's only because I want to be lazy and I don't want to have to get up and get straight to work. But I've been considering it, just testing it just to see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Amy, Marissa's voice. Happy birthday, Miss Coach. Carrie Narcan. Listen, I get you want to like spread the message, but you don't put it right with a birthday message. Because then you're like telling us that we're going to like go so crazy on the birthday that we have to have Narcan with us. Like, come on. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, lady? But thank you very much. And we don't carry it. And you should, I guess. It really depends where you're at. You know? If you live in New York, you probably should. It'll probably come in handy, like quickly. You know? There's some places, you live in Idaho. That thing's going to collect dust. You put it in your car, I guess. It's going to collect dust. You're not going to come across a situation where you need that. It's all about where you're at, really. It's not just a thing every person should have. Like, you know, just saying, you know, you got to think about where you're at. I don't know. Anyway, Anara Cure and Aharakur says nothing. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Ferguson, J Mate. Now we know why there have been no recent Sasquatch sightings. Ben skins him to make his eyebrows, maybe a tiny wagon to ride in, and give the pony a break. Wow. Jeez. I didn't see that coming. So now we're saying that his eyebrows are Sasquatches? I mean, that's crazy. Come on. He has Bigfoot on his eyebrows? Come on. Candace is white, hoodwinked again. She got me, man. Should have known. She has nice hair. We should have known. We should have been able to tell by the hair. Right? I don't know. Whatever. Coach, I look forward to your live every morning. Please follow me back. I'm a nobody that would make my day. Follow you back where? Follow you back here on YouTube? Absolutely not. Follow you back where? What do you even got going on here? Like, let's see. Go to channel. Here, let's check it out. What do I got to do here? You have like 1 subscriber. I don't know. Okay, here, I subscribed. There you go. Boom. Here you go. All right. There you go. Start posting videos. Anyway, glad to make your day. Moira, I'm a subscriber. Why can't I comment? I don't know. You're commenting here. What do you mean? You got to explain a little more to me. I think you can comment. Maybe you're not seeing. You know, sometimes I didn't realize. Sometimes people have top comment turned on, and you need to turn on all comments because maybe you're posting and your comment isn't a top comment, so it doesn't go through, right? Like right now, I'm on the super chats, but you can switch it. I could go to live chat. I could go to top chat. You might be on top chat. You need to be on live chat right here. That might be why you're not seeing your comments. Possible. I don't know. Oh gosh, did I reset it? Yep, I did. Okay, all the way back up. There we go. Hope that helps. I didn't know about that until like just the other day. Google Eugene Levy. Of course I know Eugene Levy. Oh my gosh. Even Eugene Levy is like, that guy needs to calm down with his eyebrows. This is getting ridiculous here. Eugene Levy is hilarious. Hilarious guy. I told you, you probably didn't hear the episode. I worked on, it was a show called Schitt's Creek. And it wasn't spelled the way that it sounds. And I worked on that show, and I met him and Catherine O'Hara and his son Dan. And they're all genuinely really, really good people. Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. But yeah, he's actually genuinely a really good guy. Really, really good guy. Funny guy. You know, very thick eyebrows. That became like his thing. His son has like the same eyebrows going on too. Yui. Thank you for the X reviews. I can't handle the dive into that cesspool anymore. I want the tea, so thank you. Of course. No problem. I know how hard it is to be jumping into X. There's just so much. Nobody. Coach. So I talked to a demonologist. Exactly. Yep. That's how it goes. I did. It was a great interview, man. Really hit it off. He's a cool guy, man. Really cool guy. Father was a priest, and that's how he like got into it, because he saw his father like exorcise people. Oh man, the guy has a wild story. One of the churches in Revelation that gets blasted by Jesus is Philadelphia. Is that why you call them Philadelphia? No. What? No. That's alarming. No. I just picked the place. No, I picked Philadelphia because nobody talks about Kensington, Philadelphia, and it's an absolute problem. And I think every American should know more about Kensington, Philadelphia than they do about any other part of the world. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on there every single day. Look into it. It's wild. Just Google walkthrough Kensington, Philadelphia, or sorry, YouTube that. Put it into YouTube because many people do it. The walkthrough. It's crazy, man. And it doesn't stop, and it just keeps on going. And there's like maybe 5 people who are really, there's more than 5, but there's like 5 heads that are community leaders who are really trying to help the people there. And they're not getting the help from the state level government that they need at all. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Louisiana Lance. Thank you for the membership. Subscribe to the Clip channel, of course. It would help tremendously. It makes Lance very happy when you do that. The amazing Candace Owens said Lori's father could be Vince Lombardi. Did you know that Susan Wales, White House Chief of Staff, father is Pat Summerall? Interesting information. Happy early B-Day. Coach's wife. Is Pat Summerall and Vince Lombardi, are they related? Is that why that's a thing? You have to explain that part. Although I could just search that. I'll look into that. It's interesting. One big club, right? It's one big club. Who's related to who would blow your mind if we knew every single little part. I don't know how to say this. Schedule. I'll just say SV schedule, because you put 2 L's at the end. SV schedule 2. Maybe that's what it means. Coach, it's not how stripper glitter is made that's important. The real question is how to remove its remnants of stripper glitter before guys return home. Oh, you can't. That's the point of it. Yeah, those ladies aren't wearing that because it looks cool. They're trying to leave a breadcrumb trail. They're trying to get all the dirt bags caught up, Confidently, it's gotten me in trouble before. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. They make it that way. Live in real life. Do you think that's the real Gucci man? Kids will never know. Oh man, that's a whole subject that I could get into right now. Are you kidding me? I mean, you guys don't even know. Listen, if you don't know who Gucci Man is, Gucci Mane, he's a rapper. He was like this really big fat guy. And he was like wild. He was wild, and he was oddly very smart when it came to business. And he was really independent. He didn't sign to major labels. He didn't do anything like that. He was like a legend in Atlanta, not just for music, but in the streets as well. And he went to jail. He came out completely different body. I mean, his body was just sculpted. Like, he looked great. But people noticed that tattoos were in different spots, and then some tattoos were completely gone. And it didn't make any sense because you're in jail. You're not getting tattoos removed. And then I think there was a face one that was gone. And then people saw him again and it was back. And he was acting very weird and he was completely different. So people have always been like, where's the real Gucci man? And he was very independent. He did a lot of incredible business decisions in the independent music world. And then he just went to jail and he came back completely different. And it's not the first time we've seen. He was the first one we saw where that happened. but he wasn't the last. It's happened with a few hip hop artists. They go to jail, they come back, completely different every time. I'm behind in video, but I never see anyone talking about Charlie Kirk's South Park episode where Kurt Cartman misquotes a verse but uses Leviticus 3, which is about how to make a sacrificial offering. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Really? I'll read it out right now. Leviticus 3. Let me see here. Outlines the fellowship or peace offering, sacrifice of well-being, requiring blemish. Okay. Requiring blemish-free animal from the herd or flock. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm tripping out. I'm tripping out. What? Okay. Wow. Okay, I got my Bible app open. I never thought I'd have my Bible app open here. When his offering is a sacrifice of peace. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm like right away, I'm like, can I make an episode about this? We'll get into it. I have to see the whole part that you're talking about. Let me see this again. I never see talk about. Oh, and it's gone. Oh, and they took it away. Oh, I can't even look into it. Wow. They took the episode down. They were like, out of respect for Charlie Kirk, and everybody was like, well, Charlie would like that. He would like that episode. Like, he liked it. He was honored. He even said he changed his profile pic to their depiction of him as Cartman. And now it's gone. Listen, I'm going to look into that. I have to write that down. I have it on my phone. That's wild. That's wild. Come on. Oh, man. Okay, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Anderson Music. People said Cat was crazy. He isn't looking so crazy nowadays. They tried to get him. By the way, the Diddy/agency story is deep all the way to Frank Lucas. I bet. You think Diddy was the first one? I bet. Yeah, Cat seemed crazy. Cat's not crazy anymore. Everybody turns to him and says, "What else? What else happened?" Wasn't like that before. Kevin Cork on the Beijing. Yeah, man, a lot of Beijing. Southern Sister in Christ. Ben's eyebrows equals Lorax mustache. Yeah, exactly. My wife pointed that out to me because I didn't know what the Lorax was. I was like, what do you mean Lorax? But she loves Lorax. Anyway, let's keep going. More popped up. Let's keep going. What's his name? Get up there. Rebenant? Is that a name? Sounds like the name of a company. Episode 1 of The Agency on Paramount suggests DEW tech being stolen. The creator. This is what the show says. The creator of the software was from Venezuela. They brought down the chopper with it, conditioning at best. That's interesting. I've never even heard of that show. Where did you say that show was? Episode 1 on Paramount. Yeah, I've never heard of that show. That's interesting. And yeah, that's exactly what that is. Falcor eyebrows are not the move. Hey, let him do what he wants with his eyebrows, guys. Yeah, but we'll have an intervention one day. Erika Kirk said something. Erika Kirk said, create something of your own. Don't tear down somebody else's hard work and vision. Was she self-reflecting on what she's doing to Charlie's legacy? No, I mean, she says she's trying to uphold it, but I think she doesn't have, like, they say that there's these blueprints and this plan and this and that. I think there isn't one, and that's why it feels that way, because you can tell that they're not, there would be so much more transparency. There would be so much more communication with the people if they really had a plan and really had Charlie in mind, I think they're just such a big organization, such a big political organization, that the same thing that Tim Dillon was saying, or sorry, not this Tim Dillon, Tim Pool, how everybody was saying, what about midterms? What about midterms? I think that they had to have that same attitude. I think the admin turns to them and says, well, you're the biggest political organization. Like, we do have to focus on midterms. We don't have to focus on anything else. Like, get to work. And they just said, okay. And that's why it seems so heartless. Not to say that they're not, but I don't know if they're crying about it, but I think that's really what's going on. And they're trying to convince everybody that's what Charlie would have wanted. Moira, subscriber mode in chat was turned on, yet I was not able to comment. What is subscriber mode? I don't know what subscriber mode is. What is subscriber mode? Never seen that before. How do you access subscriber mode? I don't know. Did you try restarting it? Try it. You should always try like if you have no sound. Like I've helped people. I've tried to correct people in Candace's chat so many times where they'll be like no sound, and it's like restart it, like exit and come back in, because there will probably be sound. And maybe it's the same thing for you. You should exit, come back in, and then see what happens from there. We had this talk already. No mentioning of Idaho. Happy birthday, Miss Coach. Follow you to Wayback Machine. I know. Don't worry. Nobody's coming to Idaho. Yeah. It's not even summertime yet. Nobody wants to go to Idaho in the wintertime. That's for sure. Nobody. Don't worry. You're fine there. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for saying happy birthday to her. She truly appreciates it. Beijing, actually spelled Bingjing. Is it really? Google Bingjing hairline. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Big Ing. You know what? I'm not even going to show the screen because they might be tricking me right now. They might be tricking me. You know, you never know. You never know. Then all of a sudden something else big pops up and, you know, then I'm the one. I'm the problem all of a sudden. Hairline. Let's see what's going on here. But it's not showing. South Park episode 27, season 27, episode 2. Thank you, honey. Yeah, but it's not showing any of the crazy ones. It's showing this is a little bit of the crazy one. This is the product. He's right. This is the product. So it's like this guy will like this part here. Here, let me make sure this part right here, that's paint. Like this is a normal guy. It should be like scruffy as it gets to that point. But they paint. And then if your mustache isn't that filled, they paint it in. Anything that's not filled and looking very full, they paint in. It's male makeup is what it is. You know? Same thing here. If it's like a little scruffy at the sides, they paint it in. It's really weird. You know how glad I am I don't have hair? Be holding on to it with paint. I gotta just, I can't let anybody know. I'm filling my bald spot. Oh God. Can you imagine? You're 40% lady once you do that, you know? Anyway. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait. Did I forget that one? Oh, yeah, there we go. More popped up? Oh, geez. Okay. It's spelled Biggin, and that's pronounced Beijing. That's so weird. Okay. All right. The more you know. Oh, geez. Come on. Can't talk about that stuff. I get it. You're saying it's everywhere. I understand. But there's some places where it's not. Sorry. Some neighborhoods are really good and it doesn't happen. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Some places don't have that issue. I'm so sorry. Okay. Like some places do, some places don't. Okay. It's all right. It's like, I understand. You feel like it's just every single place because there's like anomalies here and there and everywhere. I get it. I understand. But you need it more in the hood. Perfect example. If you're in Canada, Owen Sound. You're going to need it. You're going to need Narcan. You're in Owen Sound, you definitely need it. 100. You're in Thunder Bay, you're definitely going to need it. 100%. You're downtown Toronto, you're going to need it 100%. Everybody in Canada understands that. Texas, you're in Austin, you're on 6th Street, You're definitely going to need it. You go there every week, 100% you should have it with you. You go to Round Rock, not so much, okay? I'm just saying. You go to Leander, not really, you know? I'm just saying, you go to West Park, not so much. I'm just saying, man. You gotta, come on. Go downtown New York, you're Times Square. You might need that. I get Kensington, Philadelphia all day long. You have a backpack full. There's some places you're really going to need it. There's other places you're not. Anyway. Stay safe, I guess. You know, better safe than sorry. South Park by Cassie. South Park clip sent by your ex by Cassidy. Sent by my ex. What are you? You're in my ex account? How do you have my ex account? That's wives for you. Wives will just work their way into your ex account out of nowhere. How's she have access to this account? Okay, so we got the clip. Beautiful. Oh, because Charlie, wow, what a savant that Charlie Kirk is, boy. Charlie made an episode about it, and he talks about the misquote. Wow. Anyway. Sorry, I got worked up there. I can't stop thinking of Erika speaking sometime soon after Charlie's passing, and she said something like, women don't only stay home, and all right, I gotta silence you, honey. My audio's on, honey. You have full access to my phone all the time. Like, if you message me, it's gonna make a sound. I love you, though. Happy birthday. Women don't only stay home. And she had a look on her face that was sort of angry and determined. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. She actually had the same demeanor that you're talking about when her and Charlie were actually on a stage together. She was in a pink dress. Charlie was in a blue suit. And they were having this same type of back and forth. It seems like something they've butted heads on multiple times, because then also there was a time where Erika was on his podcast and they also had a similar back and forth as well. So yeah, you're 100% right about that. Your feelings are not off on that, is what I'm saying. Coach, you solved the Erika Kirk mystery. She's making all these gov moves to expose the truth about glitter. Oh my gosh. That's how it all ends. She's actually the hero. My YouTube says I shouldn't subscribe to you. What should I do? Coach, reset it. Did you reset it? What do you mean? Come on. Just, come on. You can figure this out. You can figure that out. You know what to do, You've had YouTube as long as all of us have, Just reset your phone or just click it anyway. What are you telling me? I'm willing to bet that Patrice O'Neal is one of your favorite comedians, if not. You know how many people, this is so crazy that you're saying this. When I do stand up, so many people are like, I don't know if it's the space in the teeth or I'm a bigger guy. I don't know. So many people are like, you for sure listen to Patrice O'Neal. You 100% know Patrice O'Neal. They say exactly what you just said. He must be one of your favorite comedians. My friend Kevin Soldo, who's a comedian, he hates that I say this. And he's actually said, as a personal favor to him, he's like, I don't even care if you like it or not. He says, as a personal favor to him, he's like, I need you to watch every single special and stand-up set that Patrice O'Neal has available, because I have listened to none of it. I've seen him do Just for Laughs because I used to watch Just for Laughs comedy, their comedy, I don't know, comedy special. I used to watch it every day with my mom. So you'd see every single comedian. I used to watch BET Comic View every day with my mom when I was a kid. But I have never watched a Patrice O'Neal special or anything. I have only heard him talk one time. I've heard him talk before, but I've heard him talk one time where he talks about people who like do things for money, like get dipped in baby oil. He says these guys, they walk backwards into dark rooms for money. I think he said they walk with their pants down backwards into dark rooms. That's what he was saying, basically. And I always found that very deep. And I always was like, this guy gets it, but I never have listened to a Patrice O'Neal special at all. So he's one of my favorites because I know how great he was in so many people's eyes, but I've never listened to his stand-up really, which is really, really weird. Really weird. So many people tell me that I have something that is similar to him, whether it's the jokes or the way I talk about things or expand on things. So many people have come to me and said like exactly what you're saying, that I know about Patrice O'Neal, and I don't really, you know. And the reason was at first because I was like, well, man, there's gonna be so many people. Like once I learn about him and I know about him, they're gonna contribute so much of what I do on stage to him. And I don't even know his stuff on stage. So it was like a pride thing at first. But my friend has said as a personal favor to him that I should listen to it all. So I'm going to. I just haven't had the time. But I'm going to. Philadelphia is like that short big mouth kid who's friends with the neighborhood bully. Short kid talks big, gets smacked, then calls his big friend. Yeah, and he's constantly getting his big friend in trouble. And now his big friend looks ridiculous, you know? Big friend looks absolutely ridiculous, doing the wrong things. Erika said once Charlie was taken away in a speech, never sat right with me. Oh, once he was, yeah. Everybody heard that. Yeah, implying the anticipation. Yes, I have heard this before. The way she said it was like they were implying. She was saying once, basically, you saying once he was gone, we were able to blah 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 blah, and it was like, what do you mean once he was gone? Like, what do you mean once? Yeah, a lot of people took notice of that. P.S. Happy birthday, thank you so much, Miss Cassidy. Oh, that's how my wife knew that you sent the clip. I was like, does my wife have my X account? She has access. I wouldn't be mad. It'd be fine. Handle my appointments for me on there. Miss Cassidy just sent the South Park clip to your ex. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Anyways, guys, it has been 3 hours, and the lady of the hour, she awaits cake and birthday preparations and all sorts of things. So I am going to get to my lady as soon as possible. I'm going to make sure to get to my lady as soon as possible. So guys, thank you guys so much for showing up. You guys know I appreciate it so much. People are saying, why are you guys even watching? Yeah. Listen, some people watch because they don't know why. You know what's weird? Some people watch. They do like what's called hate watching. And then I had somebody yesterday. They're like, you know how annoying you were to me at first? I was so annoyed and I disliked your podcast. And now I think you're so funny. And I'm like, wow, that's weird. Like, you disliked the podcast and you came back and watched it a dozen times. Like, that's the weirdest thing in the world. There's so many people that do that. So it's all good. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. But you know, mods, just ban them ASAP, you know. Don't even give them a chance. I'm kidding. Kind of. Depends what they're saying. Anyways, I don't like when it puts a cramp on or a damp on the community, because the community is so upbeat and wonderful. I don't need them to have to deal with negativity, man, because I don't deal with it. So why should they? Thank you guys so much. Is someone trying to outbuy me there? Is that what I just saw? Someone trying to outbuy me right now? Huh? Boom. Who do you think you are, man? Outbuy me. Who you think this is, buddy? Anyways, guys, I'm just saying bye to everybody. Please hit up that clip channel. It helps us tremendously. And we will be back tomorrow, and we will see what Candace is talking about today. And of course, I will be back with the recap, making it all make sense, connecting those dots as always. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys